John Frost looked on the gathered crowd, now 3,000 strong. With heavy heart, his voice rang loud as he sang this loveless song. God is a guide from field, from wave, from plough, from anvil, and from loom. We come our country's rights to save and speak a tyrant faction's doom. We raise the watch with liberty. We will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order. And bobbies took an oath to be our nation's warders, swearing that they would enforce Sir Robert's Rules of Order. To Newport rose a million friends who rallied each supporter to join this flood of working men against Robert's Rules of Order. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order. Like this, on the steps of Parliament, John Frost stood proud and tall. A hush fell on this great event as he told them one and all, depose the gentry and the crown, depose the House of Lords, or join the Queen in exile by Robert's Rules of Order. So Chartists, Luddites, Communists, recall each faithful martyr who died so you could have your new world Robert's Rules of Order. Say it loud, vote your favor, shout it high. All in favor, you say aye. Favor, aye. Favor, aye. A mandate of the people's cry. Favor, aye. Favor, aye. Let's hear the opposition side like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed, you say nay. Opposed, opposed. The motion carries anyway. Currents change and bring to us our dear corrupted warder. In chains subdued and ill-abused, he's left with no supporters. Mobility's will can then proceed by our own rules of order, and we'll all cheer for country's sake when Robert's drawn in quarter. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament shall be reborn with Robert's Rules of Order.
Okay, our sound's good. Here, you need to, make sure your sound is good. It's been a while. It's been a long time. I got my bullet bra on, though. See, look at this side. See how pointy? Of course, we got to start filthy.
Careful, you get careful. You can poke somebody's eye out with those.
Where are we at? Oh, because you can't see with that thing, but 9 to 7, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's been a while. It's been a minute. It's been a real minute.
We've been busy.
So, yeah, we're going to try to catch up. But I didn't know if there's anything I don't want.
Are we morning drinking? Well, I am.
I don't really like this though. Wayne's supposed to bring me back some Smirnoff. So let's just get all the crap out of the way. Not this crap, but like all the intro stuff. There's an LNC meeting later today. See, he and I, now that we can't talk about a lot of things.
Yeah, we're official now.
Because he's on the Judicial Committee.
Yes, I'm now Judge Tie-Dye.
Yeah. And being on the Judicial Committee, he's...
Yes, Robert, it's me in all my tie-dyed glory. How you doing?
Yeah. So, being on the Judicial Committee, the Judicial Committee deals with, we're the LNCs, a bunch of fuck-ups. So, we can't now... I mean, we can.
Well, there goes the monetization.
These shows are never monetized.
I know.
Listen, I started out with my pointy boobs.
Well, how are we going to get money for the stripper pole?
Well, that is Patreon. We haven't really been pushing that. We need to.
Be on our best... Oh, Shannon, why in the hell do we want to be on our best behavior?
But we do need to raise pizza and beer money.
Yes.
Through Super Chats. We do have to have our shameless grifting.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you disclose to the Judicial Committee that you appear on a monetized monetized YouTube channel and you might get removed?
We actually have to build our conflict of interest disclosures yet. We haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
Right now we're busy. Right now we're busy overhauling our rules, the rules,
yeah.
and figuring out who's going to chair this thing and dealing with some other minor details. Yes, we know there will at least be Massachusetts. We're planning on it.
I mean, he already knew that. That
Yes, Gene. That would be abnormal, wouldn't it? Not to be on our best behavior.
Yeah, we do have a Patreon. I haven't put the little grifting for it. We're gonna have to work on that. Massachusetts, will probably be an appeal. I can't say definitely because I don't know what the other group is planning. Actually, I don't know.
I tried to open a sports book bet on that in Reno, but they wouldn't let me do it.
I actually don't know what either group. Yeah, JJ can't talk to either
one of us about it. Yeah.
I actually don't know what either group is planning because for people who don't know, I used to represent Massachusetts. As of adjournment sine die of convention, I don't anymore. JJ does, and I don't know if he said, your last parliamentarian really sucked, so I'm going to give you totally different advice. I know what advice I gave them, but I told them, JJ may differ. We disagree at times. I already know we differed on one thing. Mm-hmm. And JJ, I know you can't talk. And I already told you this, so... Yeah. I told them that the minute sine die hit, you should refile your appeal. And since that didn't happen, I already know JJ gave them at least somewhat different advice.
To be fair, I think they're waiting to see what happens this afternoon.
I still, not
having a clue what's going to happen. Well, okay, I know what's coming on the reading, but I don't know what the after effects are going to be.
I don't know I haven't, listen, I know this is probably being a terrible LNC member, but I've always been this way. I do not go behind the scenes and whip up votes. I don't do that. I like doing things in front of members. Yeah. So if somebody writes me and asks me a question, I'll answer it, but I'm not the type of person to get on the phone and whip votes. I just don't do that.
Well, we're just sitting back on the JC and just going to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, no, but...
we have plenty to do otherwise,
So if people think I know... I mean, I have a good idea how everyone's going to vote, but I also thought the SPLC motion would pass, so don't judge me.
I don't know how people are going to vote, but I know what they're going to do at the meeting in terms of what's on the agenda, but how that's going to pan out and what's going to happen afterwards, who knows? Yeah. And we're just going to roll with it and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll
and that's not commenting on the merits of the case because we don't know what the case is yet.
And apparently, shit's going down in Idaho right now. So.
Idaho, huh? Oh, fun.
I'm hoping they just resolve it. That's the way these things usually
happen. That's right. I heard about that, actually. So I don't know the details, but I just heard it in passing.
The LNC's not involved.
Yet. Hopefully not.
Yet. We have gotten a complaint asking us to look at it, but nobody's actually looked at it.
Shannon asks, will the meeting be on the YouTubes? The answer is probably yes.
Yeah, and if you go to lp.org, the notices... because I can do that again now. The notice is posted. You can register for the Zoom meeting if you want to do public comment and all of that. Oh, that's pretty funny.
Here come the judge.
Yeah. I wish we could put the comments up here, but with both of us on the screen, there's just not enough room to put the comments
Gene says,
up.
now that I'm on the JC, I'm reminded of Sammy Davis Jr. saying, here come the judge, here come the judge.
We can put, like,
that would work.
Yeah, so we can put comments up. It's just we can't have all of them. I was just using you as a guinea pig. Okay. All right. So there's that. What else? Well, we have my suspension being declared null and void, which was nice. Even though some people are refusing absolutely to accept that.
Well, I took a look at your Wikipedia page this morning.
Yeah.
And it hasn't changed in the past 24 hours.
Yeah, it's on lock.
Aha.
The administrators put it on protection for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's
because
good.
of the edit wars.
That's good.
And the worst part of it got removed because I don't always agree with their policies, but in this case, the policy I don't agree with actually worked in my favor. I think this is why I stopped editing at Wikipedia a long time ago. They don't like primary sources. They want secondary sources. And to me, just as a researcher
that seems ridiculous.
And a historian, I get it because the whole thing is that primary sources can be biased. They can be
but they're authoritative. They're the ones who wrote the damn thing in the first place.
Retconned. To me, then you just put the opposing opinions in the article. But I was banned isn't the right word. I was highly discouraged from editing the article on the Dallas Accord because I'm the one who did all the primary research. And it's like, so it doesn't count until someone reports what I said.
Which is ridiculous.
It's the same exact thing I said, but someone else has to repeat it.
That's ridiculous. You know, in my software world, I have reference books that were written on computer languages that were written by the guys who invented the flippin' language. Yeah. They're the gods of that language. They're the ones you want to have the resources for.
It's their rules,
They're the experts.
So LNC minutes are considered unreliable. They're not reliable sources. The actual minutes are not reliable sources because it's a primary source. It's like, but there is some exception.
But a rumor is okay.
Yeah. Reason Magazine has to report on our minutes before it's a reliable source.
That's flippin' insane.
It's insane. However, there are some exceptions made for what they call BLP, which is Biography of Living Persons, because of the potential for defamation and things like that. But for a while, they were arguing that, and this isn't even something that is written by other people that can be biased, because you know how you report something. JJ brought up that he linked the video, but at first, they were not going to accept the convention video because it was a primary source. But it's not a source that somebody wrote. It's a video.
Yeah.
Like, you look at it and judge for yourself.
Yeah, it's raw.
So they finally allowed the video, the convention video, as a source, as an exception. Meanwhile, the convention minutes won't be. It is silly. So JJ, you now do have to write an article on this somewhere, because that will be allowed. JJ's article reporting on what happened will be considered a secondary source and allowed. Mm-hmm. So now you have to write an article, JJ. But this worked in my favor, because let me tell you what else doesn't count. Court records, which to me is insane. So if you were writing about a trial, putting in the court transcript isn't considered a reliable source.
Excuse me. Sorry, I got a hairball there.
Reporters reporting on it is, but not the court transcript. So all of the false accusations of the LNC against me got struck from the article because the only source for it was the JC decisions. That was considered an unreliable primary source.
Jeez,
so it worked in my favor.
That kind of answers the question I was leading into. Is like, well, what does this court case have to do with it? But
yes.
There it is. Yeah.
Because they analogized.
Yeah, got it.
So that ended up working in my favor because obviously the allegations were highly inflammatory.
Yeah. Well, no, let's put it this way. They were utter bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just call it what it is.
But I never disputed that being reported in the article, because to me, well, that is what they said. And the word allegedly was before it. But no, according to Wikipedia's... What are you looking at?
The audios. Where's the audio?
What do you mean the audio?
On here.
The audio's not on there.
Oh, well...
Why are you looking for audio?
Because Doc Sexy is here.
Oh, you're talking about that.
Yeah.
It's this one.
There we go.
The sound clips.
Sound clips, yes.
Objection, speculative.
Overruled. It wasn't speculative. What the hell is it?
I added some new ones. Hold on this page. What is it? Oh, the Scandal Girls and... What's the other one? Why isn't that one working?
Oh.
Huh.
It's your keypad.
These two aren't working. I must have fucked them up. Oh, this was You Salty Bitch. That one's not working. I'm going to have to fix those.
Boomer? Yep. Shannon, I am no boomer. I'm an Xer.
Where's a boomer?
Shannon says I'm a boomer.
Oh. For some reason, I don't know why the You're a Salty Bitch isn't working on there. Are my other ones working?
Bitches.
Yeah. I don't know why the other ones aren't.
For Wikipedia. Well, what the heck?
Some of them aren't working.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why. Because of the new profile.
A new profile?
Remember we did Cultivar RONR under a new profile?
Oh, so these didn't
These are
link.
on my Pink Flame of Liberty.
Aha,
but
okay.
this one isn't.
Objection, speculative.
Weird.
That one's just, I don't know why.
I blame Apple.
And bitches, too. We must just use those a lot. Anyway, so
I was trying to push the one that said for Wikipedia, make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense. So that worked in my favor. But there was a member who was continually writing me, like disputing that the point of order made something null and void. Where does Robert say that? So I finally was just like, listen, 36.5. I'm done. Okay, just done. Because let's read 36.5. I don't know what it is in your thing.
Well, it's 36 something.
It's 36 something. I'm pretty sure 36.5 is the right one. He's talking about, maybe it's not 36.5. No, it's not. It's 36. Hold on. I'll find it again. I'm pretty sure it was, what was it? 33.5? It's something 5.
JJ, help us.
It's under points of order. Let me find out. Why did I think it was 36.5? I did quote it right to him, I know. Point of order.
Requests and inquiries?
23.5 maybe? Where's timeliness? It's under timeliness of points of order. Points of order, 23.5. I knew it was something 5. So it's 23.5. So 1 second, and then we are going to go on to, JJ says 23.6. Well, maybe I am fucked up. It is 23.6. Whatever. Close enough.
We were close.
It was in the book. So it says, the only exceptions to a requirement that a point of order must be made promptly at the time of the breach arise in connection with breaches of a continuing nature, whereby the action taken in violation of the rules is null and void. Done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. When did I say those people? I don't know what I meant by those people because I don't even remember saying it.
Somebody says, who let those people in?
Oh, okay. I thought it was me. I'm like, I don't usually use that term.
Dave Davis says he was working in the basement on his hobby. Okay, Dave, I'm not going to ask you what it is, but I'm going to say I hope it was model railroating because that's a hobby. That's a great hobby.
Anyway, that's where it says in Roberts that breaches a continuing breach of the bylaws makes the action null and void. Now, I understand that some people don't agree it was a continuing breach of the bylaws. That's something different. The body ruled it was, and therefore it's null and void. Disagreeing with the decision of the body is a whole other different, and people are getting confused with that. Like, I get it, you don't agree. You win some, you lose some. That's the way it is.
Good man, Dave. I appreciate that.
All right. So now we're going to... who's evens and odds again?
I don't know.
Didn't we switch? I'm odds now. You're evens. So it's the 12th. Don't cheat.
So who the hell's reading who here?
You're reading to me. You're starting with the 12th. March 12th.
Richard Gurry with Dave was drilling the third hole like a Libertarian should on a Sunday. That's what she said.
Oh. Oh, no. No.
That's just what the comment said, besides.
No.
Okay, so am I reading these to you?
What does Domingo mean? I forgot what Domingo means.
Hello, today is Sunday.
Domingo is Sunday?
Yes,
okay.
it is.
Okay, I forgot.
My Spanish is rusty, but not that rusty.
Well, I knew the first. I just forgot what Domingo was. Don't cheat though, and look at the next.
Well, who's reading who here?
You're reading the 12th to me because you're doing even.
Okay.
But don't take the whole stack because you're going to end up looking at the next one and cheating.
You always accuse me of cheating when you're the one who passed the damn test and I didn't. If I'm cheating, I'm a lousy cheater.
Remember, we use this thing to hide. There we go.
JJ says we're both odd. Thank you very much.
We are. I'm starving, man. When's Wayne coming with the McDonald's?
Do
I need to call him?
Yes, we do. Because we didn't give him our order, did we?
I did.
I didn't.
Yeah, you told me a double cheeseburger.
Oh, you told him mine?
Yeah, that's what I
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He probably hasn't even left the house yet. I'm starving. We're going to have to call him.
Okay. Anyway,
he looks pink because of the curtains.
Yeah, there's a curtain over here. Like
I gotta put. Yeah,
it reflects off the window pit on my face.
Yeah, I gotta.
This is not a sunburn. This is not makeup.
Yay! We got it. We got a super chat.
Thank you, J. Jeff. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Are we ready to get serious for a moment?
And thank you.
Damn.
That's beer and pizza money.
Are we ready to get serious?
No, but you can read me the question.
Okay. This was from March 12th of a while back.
At least you said we're not like married. She said we're like siblings. Oh, what is it that we say about us being married?
We're happily married to other people. Yes.
Right.
Well, Shannon, I'll give you a goofy piece of trivia here. Okay, I actually have an older sister, and her name is Karen Ann.
But not spelled.
But not you.
way.
No.
Not spelled my way.
And her birthday was just a couple days ago. So.
Okay.
And we disagree on politics vehemently. She's a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat.
Eee.
Yeah, I know. Nobody's perfect. Anyway.
I am, but.
Excuse me a minute.
Okay. What?
You.
I gotta read that in a minute.
That's
I got a text from the party chair.
Tell her we're broadcasting. Tune in and talk to us.
There's a JC member here. Let's keep our dirty deeds in secret. No,
and done dirt cheap. Yes.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I got a clip out from the meeting. Oh, someone did record the whole meeting. Joe Dean recorded the whole post-convention.
Okay.
LNC
the LNC meeting, yeah.
But I do got a clip out where I was like, "You all do realize I have a monetized YouTube channel, right? Don't remove me, bro."
When I was there, I actually just taped the segment of Joshua Smith's century being expunged.
Yeah. Hold on, I got it.
And I think JJ saved that off somewhere for further use.
Yeah, I'm just reading the. Okay, I'm reading the.
Tell her she's out of order.
What?
Angela,
you're out of order.
We're quiet. We're broadcasting. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
Dun, 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 dun. Never mind. You know that song?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's on my MP3.
Okay.
Okay. A committee, oh God, to draw up a proposed bylaws. Here we go. Generally should be.
Oh, yeah.
Populated with me. No. A, small, no more than 2 or 3.
No.
B, large, and should include those who have writing ability and who have a special interest in the rules of the assembly.
That sounds right.
C, composed of past presidents. D, members of the executive committee. E, me.
the B, whatever the second is.
It's
yeah.
B.
Yeah. I mean, that one is... But how is it usually in libertarian parties?
Whoever the hell shows up.
Hey, 2 or 3 people.
Yeah,
That's the way it usually is.
Or shows up and volunteers. Including Harambe.
I want to answer Travis's question because there's a misunderstanding there. We never had an electronic voting committee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that urban legend came from. What we had was a convention voting process committee. And the charge of that committee was not to implement electronic voting. The charge of that committee was to make recommendations to speed up our voting process that did not require any bylaws changes. Our bylaws do not allow electronic voting. Therefore, we have never had an electronic voting committee. Now, the committee said the committee was tasked with tangentially to, if they wished, to draw up potential bylaws changes to recommend to the bylaws committee to do electronic voting in the future. But the committee that we had was to be bylaws compliant. I don't think it would be in order at all for us to have a committee to arrange for something that's against our bylaws.
No.
We're not allowed. I wish everyone would get it through their heads. And no, this isn't on you, Travis. This is other people. Our bylaws do not allow electronic voting. It is useless to keep talking about it until you get bylaws changes passed that allow it.
And even
because
then...
otherwise, it's like dreaming that you're going to go to bed with a movie star. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not happening. Get the bylaws changes in first. Right now, let's deal with the bylaws that we have right now.
And even once you get that done, you still got to go through the whole process. This is me putting on my software hat here, of developing it properly, going through all the cycle pieces and the audits and everything like that. And then you got to, once you're good at satisfied it's working, then you got to roll it out by taking it to all the different state conventions, demonstrating it, shaking it down, explaining how it works to people, training them on it, so that it's just not blindsiding people at the national convention like they tried to do with this one, and like they tried to do.
What happened?
Timeout.
Sorry.
And then like they tried to do way back in 2010.
Now,
not going to happen that way.
I
not while I'm around.
Want to get the convention voting process committee. if y'all saw my recent email to the list, I did the list of all the committees, but that's an ad hoc committee, and I actually recommended we don't automatically restart any ad hoc committees because the Convention Voting Process Committee has existed for 2 terms and has done absolutely nothing. I think I know why. Because we have zero accountability. Like, nobody ever gets thrown off of committees for not doing work. We need to have some kind of rule, like you don't show up for 2 meetings or you don't produce reports, you're like gone. We have these committees that do nothing. We had an RCV, wasn't ranked choice, it was alternative voting committee, did nothing. And I think part of this also is, and I'm not going to criticize Laura Epke for this, it was well-meaning, but it didn't work. She limited LNC members to being on 3 committees. But unfortunately, it's the LNC members that usually are motivated to get the committees to keep going.
Hopefully that will change a little bit with the Mises folks in play now.
Well,
they've had shown a good record so far. When we call for help, they come running.
Well, I want to repeal that rule.
Yeah. It needs to go. Yeah, no doubt.
Because the problem of LNC members being on more than 3 committees is not really a problem. There's only a couple people who do that. I'm one of them, and I work my ass off on every committee, so it wasn't a problem.
You do the work.
And I know we get a lot of volunteers, and that was the reason why put an LNC member on when you get volunteers, but the committees aren't producing. You need at least... I like limiting the amount of LNC members that can be on a committee rather than limiting the amount of committees an LNC member can be on, if that makes sense. Right.
And there should be no LNC members on the bylaws committee, period.
In
End
my
of discussion.
opinion. For instance, the historical committee has no required LNC members.
Yeah.
So, there you go. I have no sanity.
I was going to say, she's sane? What?
I have no sanity. Because right now, I'm on the APRC.
Yeah.
What else am I on? And historical.
Right.
So I'm allegedly only allowed to serve on 1 other committee. And that's ridiculous because the APRC isn't even a real committee. It is, but you don't have meetings. Like, you answer emails. It's not a committee that should prohibit you from being on another committee.
What I can't figure out is as secretary, why aren't you on the executive committee?
Oh, no, I'm on the executive committee doesn't count. Okay. It's not it's a board within a board. You might as well call it the executive board. It's like the LNC's called a committee. It's not.
So
really
the officers are actually on there?
On what? The executive committee?
Yeah.
Executive committee is the officers plus 3.
Oh, okay.
Plus
okay.
3
That explains why it was just the 3 on there on the on the board back at Reno. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah, no. The officers
It was
automatically
a long day that day.
And calling it a committee is kind of deceptive. It's like calling, don't do that with your nails or I'm going to murder you.
I'm not. I'm doing my nails. I'm rubbing a sore spot on my finger.
No, I heard a click.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to murder you, just so you know.
Do what with my nails? You see nails here? They're trimmed.
I heard you going, I can't take that.
They're trimmed. Look at this.
It like sparks like such an autistic freak out. You have no idea. All right.
You should have a blackboard to drag fingernails on. Yes, you got the one right, so go ahead and mark it.
Oh, so I get a...
You know, actually, this... No, that's okay. We're fine.
Okay, but we...
No, we're good.
But where's
this does not reflect that.
Yeah, but I need the eraser.
I don't know where the eraser is.
It's down here. My God.
But we haven't adjusted these tallies into that yet.
I know, but that's why I want to...
We'll do it later. We'll be all right.
No, but second drawer. My God, you're just like my husband. In the hollow taco box, isn't it? You can't picture.
No.
Yes.
That thing?
Yes.
That's not an eraser. Okay. That's a dog biscuit.
Okay, we're gonna start fresh here. We're gonna put 10 here, and then we'll just put another mark if I need.
Well, no, those counted, so that was 19 now for you.
No.
You had 9 before, plus the 10 there. These weren't part of this.
Oh, so
that's 19.
Oh, okay. And then what do you have?
Plus, okay, so that's 18. There's 11 here.
No, this was for shitty.
No, there's 5, 10, one's 11.
Oh, you put that way off to the side. Okay.
Yeah. The eraser is out of order. Yes, it is.
Okay.
I think it was out of order from Chewy or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, 18 here.
And 1 here.
Right.
Okay.
Then you can erase that one.
Okay. And I did have a hollow taco box, which people didn't believe, but I did.
A little better anal.
Oh my God.
I'm an anal retentive guy when it comes to clean whiteboards.
I do not want to hear about your anus.
I didn't say it, folks.
Oh, we're definitely gonna need to clip that. All right, so.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I am wearing this today.
Yes, I did notice.
Now, there's a story behind this shirt. Okay, I got to tell this story. The original shirt was not tie-dye. It was straight white. And it had the chicken on the stick, and it had the renal reset and everything. I sent it up to a source of mine up in Idaho to tie-dye, and it came back. And the chicken was a little bit blended in with the tie-dye. And so was some of the lettering. So when I got home, I took a collection of pink Sharpies, which you now have in your possession, I believe. And literally, I traced with a black one the outline of the chicken, and also filled in the letters down here. And then I took the Sharpie and just literally colored all this in with the pink Sharpie, so that it made it stand out. And it actually came out pretty damn good.
It did. So. Okay, now are you ready, Mr. Seebeck?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but here we go anyway.
Okay, so that one we didn't need to.
No.
That was an obvious answer.
And the section on it basically quotes the dang question.
Yeah,
so.
it does. But like that should make,
Matt says the bylaws committee should be composed of the chair when they want to violate bylaws. No. And should be the chair of the JC so they can work out what the bylaws should be. The bylaws at the national level need a rewrite. But nobody has the will to do that, and I don't blame them.
We're not doing a revision.
I didn't say revision, I said a rewrite.
Yeah, but be careful. Okay, are you ready? Oh. Interesting.
Staring at it. Okay.
It's Friday the 13th.
In that case.
March. In some organizations, in which it is customary to call the roll of the members.
Okay.
This is placed in the order of business.
Okay.
We're back to your anus again.
It's not my anus, it's above my anus.
A, as part of an unfinished business in general orders. B, under the heading called good of the order. C, at the end of the opening ceremonies, unless a special rule of the organization assign it a different position in the order of business. Or D, as part of special orders.
That's a mouthful. Okay, so we're just let's say that again. 1 second, repeat it again.
Okay. The whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. In some organizations in which it's customary to call the roll of the members. I don't think this is talking about a roll call of the board.
That's
I think
fine.
It means a membership.
Everybody is there, yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
This is placed in the order of business.
Okay.
A, as part of unfinished business in general orders.
No.
B, under the heading called good of the order.
I'm not even sure what that means. Okay.
C, at the end of the opening ceremonies.
Possibly.
D, as part of special orders.
I'm not sure what B is. A and D don't make any sense, so I'm going to say C.
It is C, but you don't know what B is?
I never heard of that one, actually.
You never heard good of the order? That's kind of at the end, usually, if I'm right. We don't ever use that. So let's look at what good of the order is.
Okay, this is
Am I right? Like
section 41.
I want to just
so,
look at...
Matt, the reason we say idea is bad is you don't want the chair of your group on the bylaws committee.
He was joking.
Okay, because that proposes the rules.
Like just when they want to violate bylaws, like that obviously he was joking.
Okay, well I misread it that way. I don't want the fox guard in the hen house. How's that sound?
Yep, but okay.
361.
But I'm gonna look up good of the order. Good of the order is 4134 because that's what. We weren't.
It's section 41, yes.
41. What did I say? 34?
Yeah, something like that. This thing says 361, 6 to 9 in the old version.
Okay, so 4134 says good of the order, general good and welfare, or open forum.
I just found that.
This heading.
It's on 362. Yeah.
Included by some types of societies in their order of business refers to the general welfare of the organization and may vary in character. Under this heading, in contrast to the general parliamentary rule that allows discussion only with reference to a pending motion, Members who obtain the floor commonly are permitted to offer informal observations regarding the work of the organization, the public reputation of the society or its membership, or the like. Certain types of announcements may tend to fall here. Although the good of the order often involves no business or motions, the practice of some organizations would place motions or resolutions relating to formal disciplinary procedures for offenses outside a meeting at this point. And some organizations, the program is looked upon as part of the good of the order. But where does
this sounds like they're describing what we have as public comment.
Yeah. But I want where does this go though in the agenda? This is what I want to know because we call it public comment. So I want to look at the standard agenda.
That's probably back in the same section a little bit.
Because I could tell you, JBH used to use that good of the order thing all the time.
Okay, go back to the beginning of usual order of business and society. This is about 353, 41, something or rather.
Well, I'm looking now, agenda.
It's like the
41 1 through 36 or 4158.
Try around 41. I'm going to say about 3 or 4, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is right there.
Good of the order's not fucking on here.
Of course not.
So where would that go? I can tell you, JBH put it last when he used it.
See, this thing said... Okay, the answer was to, at the end of the opening ceremonies... Unless a special rule of the organization assigns it
a different
spot.
that was for the call of the members.
Right, but the reference was 36169, so that is right ahead under roll call. So.
But I want to know where. Okay, it says right here, after the completion of new business.
Unfinished business. Just in general orders, right? Am a business that's on the table, take the table in his heading.
Richard Brown said the same thing I thought at the end of the order of business, at the very end. But it doesn't, where does it say that? It doesn't say that anywhere. I mean, I would agree with Richard, and that's where JBH, may his name ever live in infamy, used to put it. But it doesn't say that in here. Now that's bothering me.
It's kind of implied, at least in the old version it is. I'm not seeing it directly either.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now we know what good of the order is.
Yeah.
Which we call public comment and stick it at the beginning.
We stick it at the end sometimes too.
In Colorado, we do.
Yeah.
Not nationally.
No.
They don't usually have. We have announcements at the end. I don't know which one. I think that yeah. We have announcements generally at the end, so I guess that's good of the order too.
Yeah. 4134.
Yeah, that's what we just looked at,
but
it doesn't say where it goes. And the one spot I found said it went after new business, but new business is not the end of the order of business because.
Yeah.
It's, oh no! Yeah, it is actually. Well, never mind, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
It's just delightfully vague in the book.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Yeah, no, but you gotta. I don't want you to see the next.
I can't see the next one. No, I can barely see this one.
No, pull.
Hang on. One page only.
And then flip.
One page.
Don't cheat.
I'm not. I'm trying to make sure I have two pages stuck together. There.
He's cheating.
How can she always accuses me of cheating?
I saw you looking at that rule.
What rule?
I saw you.
First rule is there are no rules. Second rule is see rule number 1. Okay, this should be.
What date are we on?
We are on March Saturday, the 14th.
Okay.
Yes, there was a crappy movie with that title.
March Saturday?
Yes, Saturday, the 14th.
March Saturday.
Yes. I'm 14 minutes behind. Does this include an analog system of pressing a button on the floor?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Because we're required to have written ballots.
Yeah. The only analog button to press on the floor is at the tip of the ballpoint pen before you write the ballot out.
Allegedly, we could do pushing an analog button for like up-down votes, But those aren't difficult, and that doesn't speed anything up. A raise of hands and everything is just fine for that. And what pressing a button thing does is it adds a level of opacity that I would not be in favor of.
Yeah.
You should be able to look around the room and see for yourself whether you agree that there's a majority or a 2/3 and how other people are voting. I don't like, adding a level of opacity.
And to be fair, also, if you tried to keep it as transparent as possible, you'd have to implement literally Christmas lights at every single station on the floor, which would get a little ridiculous after a while.
So
because then you got people blocking the lights and God knows what else, and it's a logistical nightmare.
I would like us to have electronic balloting for the elections, but our bylaws don't allow it right now. The closest we can do that we've been able to figure out, Travis, is Scantrons, because they are pieces of paper, so it is a written ballot. But the counting can be done electronically because it's a Scantron.
I'd like to see them do the Scantron for the tokens.
Oh, Richard's a C4133. Yeah, anything like that, I would love to see a Scantron.
If you program the Scantron, just use a tokens example. I'll use the platform because of having dealt with that just recently. If you put each number on the Scantron to correspond to a plank in the platform, and you say, should this be deleted, yes or no, and you A or B or whatever the hell it is, then you just write that out, and then you scan the damn screen. It's going to tally it automatically. You don't have to worry about all those tokens and people rage quitting over the teller tables being in the wrong place and God knows what else.
It is right here.
It'd be a lot faster. After the completion of new business, that is when no one claims the floor to make a motion in response to the chair's query, is there any further new business? The chair may proceed to one or more of the following headings in an order that may be subject to variation determined by the practice organization. Yeah. Good of the order, general good, welfare, open forum.
After completion of new business. Got it. But for us, we do it at the beginning.
No, write-ons don't work for Scantrons, which is why I'm suggesting like the tokens instead.
Yeah, write-on. That's true. Write-ins don't work.
Don't get me started on the write-ins.
But the write-ins never, in the history of this party, have made a difference in the vote. So people could, in theory, we would still need the tellers. We could get an immediate or close to immediate count on the actual nominated candidates, and then for the minutes, or the tellers could quickly just review, like you could write on the back of the Scantron any write-ins, and they can flip through it to see if there is a name that got enough to make a difference. Yeah, because there never has been.
Because that was the problem with the end of the voting on the last day was you had a couple of delegations who I'm not going to name. They had dozens upon dozens of write-ins. You want to name them? Go ahead.
Well, I don't remember them all. But
California and Virginia.
Our food's here. But the reason why I don't mind naming them because it's going to be in the minutes.
Right. But when we tallied them up for the JC, and I wasn't part of the tallying for this because I was running for it. Thank you, sir. I saw the total numbers. 60% of the total ballot votes cast were miscellaneous write-ins.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Okay, if they were all one candidate, they would have come in 6th. Okay, or, no, excuse me, 8th. Oh, thank you. So, which was ridiculous. Yeah, they did get 60% of the vote. Yeah, the combination of all the write-ins would have made the 8th person.
Okay, which one is yours?
The breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, okay. So
our food has arrived.
Yeah, we're going to do a mukbang now.
Mukbang?
You don't know what a mukbang is? I can't figure out what's...
A mukbang sounds like something straight out of South Park.
Yeah, mukbang is, it's a whole...
Or Garfield.
It's a YouTube genre where people just sit on camera and eat.
Oh, jeez.
It's hugely popular. Mine? Okay. They usually eat enormous amounts of food, though. Like, it's... Oh, jeez. But it's huge.
Thank you.
It's hugely popular.
Okay. It reminds me of what was once known as a whack bonk, which was a Garfield term.
See, Doc Sexy knows what a mukbang is.
A whack bonk was a sock that he had that was full of beans, and he called it a bean-filled whack bonk. And then he smacked Odie in the back of the head, which went the whack, and his head went down into the table, which was the bonk.
Well, we're
doing
a Robert's mukbang. It's a whole new genre. We got our niche now. we just now need to. And normally the way the mukbangs are, it's right in front of the camera. This enormous amount of food. We can do that.
This is what our super chats do for us.
Yeah, we should start doing some.
People are finally
mukbangs. All right, so.
Anyway, yeah, write-ins. The problem with them is that the delegates have the right to do it. No pun intended, but the problem is that it takes up all the crazy time. I'm actually one of the favorites. I actually had an idea thinking about that, and that is that if we put a vote clock on, you have an X amount of time to cast your votes, and then once that clock is done, the main body goes on to the next order of business, and it doesn't have to be another ballot. It could be something else like a speaker or whatever the hell else we want to do, while the tallying is happening. That might move things forward instead of waiting forever for the tallies to get done.
No, we did do that when the tallies were going on.
Okay, it still took them forever.
Yeah. No, we did other business. It was only when people were filling out the ballots we didn't.
Yeah. So, any
we
case.
have a studio audience now who's also eating, so we're all just eating.
Yeah.
But I want to hear my question now, dude.
Okay, because I can't talk with my mouth full. That's what she said.
Mukbangs are for.
That's what she said. Okay, the number of articles in the suggested model... Suggested?
Oh, God, I don't know the
The
answer
number
to
of
this.
articles in the suggested model bylaws in Roberts is...
Oh, God, I should know this. I know it's the no mob. Oh.
A, 10.
Uh-huh.
B, 12. That's not a choice, it's a vitamin. The first one was an airplane. C, 9. Or D, 7.
9.
Yes.
Yes. I knew it was an odd number. I remember that from the test.
That is correct.
And 7 sounded too little.
I'm not going to bother going through what they are because...
There's a whole acronym that starts with name. It's NOMA. Name.
Whoops.
Forget what the O was. M is membership. Something like that.
That would be
I had to study that for the test. But, like, I always think there needs to be more than 9, so fuck that shit.
Oh, you could be like, what, 12 in Colorado or something like that?
No, we got more than, yeah, about 12 or 13.
Yeah.
So
double
it's
cheeseburger.
So
yeah,
where,
it's over there.
so you wouldn't cheat.
It's underneath the sandwich so you can cheat.
Wait. So I need to add one, right? Here
Yes,
at the
you do.
bottom? Okay. Booyah.
Actually, Victoria, we kind of worked that through. You were there too. The challenge was we made sure the tellers really got a chance to bail out to go vote with their delegations real fast before we started tallying everything.
Okay.
And what is this?
It's soda.
What kind of soda? Okay. Coke.
They don't have Pepsi.
No, I asked for Sprite.
Oh, you didn't tell. I didn't tell them that because I didn't hear you.
You nincompoop.
I didn't hear you say that. Sorry.
I'll live with it today.
You'll drink what you got and you like it.
Go Coke, go woke, go broke.
It's a Sunday.
What do you want to do it or just skip it?
No, we're gonna skip that one.
Okay.
So that means I get a shot to get ahead. Well, I'm already ahead, but you know.
I'll make mine a double wild turkey. But anyway.
There you go.
Quit cheating.
Okay, so I get another shot. So what day is it?
Wait. Chewing. Monday, March 16th.
Okay.
In voting procedure, the chair must A. Take the negative vote only if the issue is controversial.
Wait, start again.
In voting procedure,
Okay, yeah.
the chair must A. Take the negative vote only if the issue is controversial.
No.
B. Announce the result of each vote. C. Leave the chair on a motion to elect delegates if they're included. D. Vote first on a roll call vote. This would be really easy.
B.
Yeah, it is B. I have to look at the answer and I know it's B.
Yeah, that's dumb. But a lot of conventions, the chairs don't say the no votes when it's obvious it's going to win, but you still have to do that. You still have to ask
you have to go
for
through the
no
process.
votes.
Yeah.
Just
Unless there's a without objection, but yeah.
No, I'm talking about when.
Yeah.
Right.
Announce the results. No kidding. Otherwise, how do you know what happened? I mean,
But what, because there's always that guy, even if it's the one guy who wants to be on record as raising his hand now.
there's always that one.
But I can't tell you how many conventions I've been to where, you know, it requires a majority and it's and they, all right, that passes. It's like, and then.
It's like that one old guy in The Simpsons. Who is that guy?
And then, what drives me even crazier than that is the chairs that call for abstentions. I don't think you know what that word means.
Well, you see how the abstention write-ins threw us off on the tellers.
But you don't.
We finally got to the point where, like, well, we're going to call it abstention the write-in, count it as a write-in, the hell with it, but we're not going to count it in vote totals.
Yeah, I understand. That's like, but when they call for abstentions, I just want to die.
Yeah. Say the votes out loud for the secretary who is trying to multitask. Well, we usually do that with loud votes.
Okay.
Okay, so this was a straightforward.
Oh, so I got another one.
Yes,
right?
yes, you did.
Good. So now I'm pulling ahead. Would that
That's
mean-
what she said.
Yeah.
Why'd you get such an easy one?
That's just the way they're shuffling out right now.
Yeah. Would you have known that one, Mr. Chair?
I would.
Yeah. Mr. Sarwark, I am not considering your appeal.
That was funny.
That's the highlight of my life right now.
Getting him to admit admit about the point of order being out of order, or the point of order being order, and that your
What?
motion, your
The video clip of it.
suspension was whacked. That was great.
Oh, God, we've been through this one before, and I always fuck it up. You get it right, so you'll probably get it right.
Now, Gigi just jinxed me.
Which of the following statements is incorrect?
Incorrect.
Incorrect, because you
Okay.
always screw that up.
Yeah, see?
When Society A and Society B consolidate.
Oh, gods.
I know.
Not this again.
Yes. Society A and B both vote to authorize the consolidation.
Okay.
B, a joint meeting of the two societies is held to organize a new society.
Yeah, keep going.
C, a new set of bylaws are drawn up and adopted. D, Society A and Society B both vote to dissolve. Remember, which one is incorrect?
This is incorrect. Okay, and they're consolidating. It's not one taking over the other.
It's consolidating, whatever you take that to mean.
Well, I take that to mean equal, but that's just me. Let's see. So the first one was what again?
They both vote to authorize the consolidation.
Okay, second one?
A joint meeting of the two societies is held to organize a new society.
Third one was new bylaws.
And D was they both vote to dissolve.
Which is incorrect. Well, if they consolidate, they're conforming a new organization, so D is going to happen, and C is going to happen. So at least with A and B, and A was a joint meeting, right? No, B was a joint meeting.
To organize a new society.
And A was both vote on it.
Both vote to authorize consolidation.
I think it's B, because A, I think, has to happen. It's been a while since I've had this, but that's why I say, oh, God,
So you
this
think?
again.
So you think it's B?
I'm going B.
I think it's Steve.
It's D.
D was...
They both vote to dissolve.
Well, they got to do that eventually anyway, don't they?
No, because they're consolidating. They're not actually. A and D are mutually exclusive.
Oh, that's right, because we went back into that whole argument about what's consolidation versus
Right.
a merge and versus a takeover.
We
yeah.
better read this because
Yeah, we better read that one. Where is it?
right there. A and D were mutually exclusive, so I knew the incorrect answer had to be either A or D.
See, I told you jinxed me.
What's that?
It's
Oh, upstairs. I'm not gonna eat that down here.
Section 55,
Thank you, though.
page 563, which is right towards the end of that section. Let's see, 563, 5 to 25. Okay, it says the following. In the case of a consolidation, the two or more consolidating organizations adopt resolutions authorizing the consolidation. Okay, that was the first one.
A.
Yeah. Similar to the resolutions described in the preceding items relating to a merger. Often, see now here they say a merger and a consolidation are different, which
Right,
is what I said
which
earlier.
is-
Yeah,
which-
that's fine.
Confuses me.
Okay. Often, but not necessarily, these meetings are held simultaneously in the same building. Okay, that's the joint meeting B right there, which is why they say that's correct. Okay. As is a case of a merger, the resolutions containing details relating to the mechanics of transition are drafted in a joint committee. Well, yeah, it has to be, otherwise it's not going to work. After the consolidating organizations have each adopted resolutions which are substantially identical and which provide for consolidation of a stated date, a joint meeting of the members and the consolidating groups is held for the purpose of organizing new society. Okay, that's the joint meeting again. In contrast to the case of a merger, a new set of bylaws must be drawn up and adopted. That's C. The procedure is similar to the original establishment of a society as described in 54, except necessary resolutions and motions, etc., and so on. It doesn't mention both vote to dissolve, which is why it says D.
Okay. But what's the difference between a merger and a consolidation? That always confuses me. A merger is only one, one of the organizations dissolves.
Back at the beginning of section 55 here, in the very first paragraph. Distinction between merger and consolidation.
Okay, well, there you go. What is it?
In cases where two existing societies wish to combine, there are two possible procedures which are legally distinct. In the case of a merger, one of the two organizations continues while the other loses its independent identity and ceases to exist since it is merged, it is absorbed into the former.
Okay.
In the case of a consolidation, two or more organizations each discontinue their independent existence and a new entity is formed that includes the memberships of the consolidated organizations, continues their work, and assumes their assets and liabilities. Okay, I think I can explain this with a good example. When United and Continental
I don't know anything about
Airlines, they consolidated.
That won't help me because I don't know anything about
it. The two of them consolidated and became just one company, which is now known as United. When American Airlines took over America West many years ago, it was a takeover or a merger.
I know nothing about
merger here, they're equating to a takeover, A by B. Or B by A, I should say. Whereas a consolidation is A and B come together and form C. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about the airlines. So.
Oh, I know them all too well. Just past history.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense, though?
Yes.
Okay, I understand why it's not D. Or why D is incorrect and why the wrong answer. But hope that clears it all up.
I always get that one wrong. I got it right on my RP test, though, because I was studying it right before.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can pull out more I have.
That's what she said. A main motion.
Yes.
A, if adopted, becomes the official recorded statement of an action taken by the assembly.
Mm-hmm.
B, may be stated as, I so move if a member makes a motion embodying something just said by the chair or another member in informal consultation during a meeting.
No.
We do that a lot, but yeah. C, always requires a majority vote.
No.
D, all of the above.
No, it's A.
It is A. You're getting all the easy ones today.
I am.
We get a lot of the I so move stuff because people just don't want to have to repeat what the hell was just said.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
Because they'll get it, because if they try to repeat it, they'll get it wrong.
Or we get the that.
yeah, what they said.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, I move what she said. Yes.
Yeah.
So we need to go over that one.
And you know, a lot of times
we don't need
fine.
to go over that one. That's pretty straightforward.
Sometimes,
some motions require 2/3.
Yeah.
That's why it's not a majority.
Yeah.
And D, if one is false, if B or C is false, D is false, A is left. Yeah.
But I think all of us have said, yeah, that's what I move.
Somebody sent me a message.
Is it the party chair telling you to do something to me?
I don't know.
Will you kill her for me?
My wife's asking, did I miss it? The answer is not yet.
Now, please, for the love of sweet baby Jesus, don't say I motion. I motion to. That hurts.
What? Me moving around or saying I motion?
No, people would say I motion to. Half of our Colorado board does that, and I die a little inside.
Yeah, use your verbs.
I motion to. I'm like, okay.
I move to do this. Why? Because I can't motion it.
But Andy Bukovic, the new secretary, hates it as much as I do, so he corrects everybody too. But please, for the love of God.
Andy has got he's got his act together and does a great job.
Yeah, he does a really good job.
Yeah.
Hey, was that me?
Yeah. So you need
I did. Okay. So.
Yes. Now you need to ask me a question. I motion to make perfect wording. I motion to. No. we rule that motion out of order on grounds of bad grammar.
Alrighty. Oh, well, this is a short question.
That's what she said.
Oh, you'll get. Oh. Hold on. Okay. This might have confused me. What parliamentary term applies to discussion on the and this is the 19th, by the way, for my later separation. Let's start again. What parliamentary term applies to the discussion on the merits of a pending question?
Okay.
A, question.
No.
B, discussion.
Not really.
C, debate.
Yes.
D, all of the above.
It's debate.
Yeah, it's debate.
It's debate. And if you are very good at it, you're a master debater. But anyway.
Are you a master debater, Mr. Seebeck?
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds the answer may tend to cause all sorts of demonetization of the stream.
Yeah, some people will call it discussion, but it's the key thing here was parliamentary term, not informal term.
Yes. Debased? Not quite. Well, though we're getting close on that, Doc Sexy.
Okay.
Let's put it to you this way. What? This is free fishing weekend here in Colorado.
What?
Yeah, it's a weekend where you can fish without a license.
I
So we do a lot of debating on that.
You need a license to fish?
Yes, I hate to say it, but that's true. Because the state claims they own all the fish, same way they claim they own all the wildlife. So you need a license to hunt. Is it stupid? Abso-frickin-lutely.
Oh my word!
No, I'm serious. I hate to say it, but it's true.
But how come you don't need a license to garden?
I have no freaking idea.
Don't
give them any ideas.
Don't they own the air and the rain?
Only above a certain level. They claim they own the rain, which is why they have a limitation on rain barrels. But
so whose turn is it now? Oh yeah, you got to ask me, right?
I get to ask you, yes. Okay.
I'm freezing my ass off.
Well, that's one way to lose weight.
Oh.
Hey, trust me, I'm an expert on needing to lose weight.
Yeah, but you just said I had a fat ass.
No, I didn't.
Audience, did he just say that I had a fat ass or not?
Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
You did.
No, I did not.
You did. They'll chime in soon. Yeah.
While we're waiting.
Yeah. Put some burger in your mouth to get the foot out. See? He did.
I made no statement about her ass. And the tape will prove me correct.
The tape will show that you stuck your foot in it. Not in my ass, but...
That's what you said.
Now Victoria's saying no. She's just trying to flirt with you. Yes, he did.
Objection, speculative.
All right.
I will also say that on this date a few years ago, John caught his first fish on Free Fishing Day and wound up getting on local television for that.
Was it a big fish?
It was a 13-inch trout.
I'm sorry. I just can't.
No, the local news crew was there filming, and they caught him. They literally got him on camera,
My,
reeling
what a
it
big trout you have.
in. Don't knock it. He loves rainbow trout. So
It is June.
he also likes salmon and cod and a few other fish. He likes to have
You
fish
just
for food.
totally are not biting.
I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring it. I'm tunaing it out. Because that way you can just flounder around a little bit. Who is that chiming in on or off the mic off camera? That was Wayne earlier.
Oh yeah, Wayne was here.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready for the next question?
I am Mr. Seebeck.
Have you swallowed your food? I noticed I said food.
Oh, I mean, never mind.
I didn't go there. I deliberately avoided it. Okay. When a vote by ballot is
Yes.
not required by the bylaws,
Yes.
for which of the following would a ballot vote not be prescribed? A vote on changes before or after the trial of a member
Oh God, I don't
or
want
an
to talk
officer.
About that. Oh God, I really don't want to talk about that.
I apologize.
Okay.
I apologize for the PTSD here.
Okay.
B, a vote on the admission of a candidate to membership in the society.
Mm-hmm.
C, non-contested elections. Or D, whenever it is believed that members may thereby be more likely... Excuse me, let me say that again without the hiccup. D.
More like.
I have the worst timing on hiccups, folks. D. Whenever it is believed that members may thereby be more likely to vote their true sentiments.
Okay, now start the whole question over again because I'm lost. It said that a ballot vote is not required.
When a ballot vote is not required by the bylaws, for which the following would a ballot vote not be prescribed?
Not be prescribed.
Right. So the bylaws say no.
D?
So the bylaws say no, and Roberts says no. Okay?
It wouldn't be D because you'd want a ballot vote if you think that you'd get a better. Allegedly, I don't agree.
Do you want me to run back through the options?
Yeah, I know
Okay.
it's not D.
Okay. A. A vote on changes before or after the trial of a member or
Oh,
an
it would
officer.
be the uncontested one. It would be C.
You're saying not non-contested, and that is correct.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to just think it was the not required.
Yeah,
it's kind of
it
like
was
the
it was
incorrect.
yeah, it was the question was worded to throw you off.
But the whole question was bad because what's the first thing said? Prescribed.
Yeah, which of the following would a ballot vote not be prescribed?
Right. None of them are prescribed because it's not required in the bylaws. That question is very malformed. If it's not required in the bylaws, even if you do think that members would vote their true intentions, it's still not prescribed. You'd have to vote to have a ballot vote.
I think they're referring to what would not be prescribed, but with Roberts, though. The way the question is written.
No, it still wouldn't be prescribed in Roberts. If it's not in the bylaws, it's not prescribed in Roberts that you have to have a ballot vote if you think that's how members will vote their true intentions.
Well, this is under
Let's look.
ballot.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
Section 45.
Section 45.
Yeah. Page 412 and the 11th.
Yeah, but
Just for those of us who are joining us late or don't know what we're doing, these calendar questions refer back to the 11th edition,
yeah.
which I have a copy right here. Karen Ann has the 12th, so what we do is we cross-reference the 11th into the 12th to figure out where everything's at. So those of you who are following along on your books at home with the current edition know where the hell we're talking about.
Okay, yeah, but tell me where.
It's under other methods of voting.
Where is that at? I got proxy. I got straw polls.
Keep going back. Should be under methods of voting, voting by ballot.
Preferential, vote by mail, electronic, absentee, roll call, electronic.
You're almost there. Next page. Okay.
No, teller's report,
Keep going. One more page.
balloting procedure. Oh, here.
Right here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 17 to 23, that's that voting by ballot paragraph right here.
Okay.
So it says voting by ballot, slips of paper on which the voter marks his vote, is used when secrecy of the member's vote is desired. The bylaws of the organization may prescribe that the vote be by ballot in certain cases, as in the election of officers and in admission to membership. Asterisk below.
Right, no, I was right. Okay, your wording's a little bit different, but it says, in cases in which there is no requirement, which is here,
Right.
that a vote be by ballot,
Right.
a ballot vote may be ordered by a majority vote. I said they have to vote to have it, which may be desirable whenever it is believed that members may thereby be more likely to vote their true sentiments.
Yeah.
It's not prescribed. You still have to
Well,
vote.
that just shows that D is wrong. Yeah.
No,
Well,
but
you said C. You said C was right, where it's
Right.
not non-contested
Right.
elections.
But because of that, it's saying it would be prescribed in D, and it's not. It's not prescribed in any of them because it's not required in the bylaws. That's a very bad question. I guess the right answer, but that's a very, very bad question because it's not prescribed in any of them because the bylaws don't require it.
Robert's Rules of Orders for Dummies. Now we call that Martha's Rules, Dave Davis.
Okay, I got it right only because that was the least sucky answer, but that's a bad question.
Yeah.
Bad question. Bad question.
I read it as asking what's saying the last part of prescribed in RONRs. I could have worded it better.
But it's not prescribed in here either. It says you
I-
have to order
Well,
it by it.
it said which ones were not prescribed.
Yeah,
So-
but which means that, right. And I said the one that wasn't, which means all the other ones are. But D wasn't either.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It has to be ordered by a majority vote. It's not prescribed. It's not
Yeah.
mandatory. It might be a good idea, but it's not prescribed.
It's always a good idea, but yeah. So.
That's what I'm saying.
But then again, we've had a history of winning weird and, well, okay, we'll say it, shitty questions show up.
I mean, if I'm telling
It's off
you,
camera, but it says shitty up
yeah,
here.
if I read that question to you and you got it wrong, I would mark it as a shitty one because they all whatever. Okay, 21. You're gonna get 2 in a row because this is a Saturday, so now
Okay.
you're gonna get a chance to catch up.
That's on my burger.
Alrighty, so the 21st. Oh, this is easy.
That's what she said.
This, look, it keeps heating up my necklace, and the metal got really hot. For most societies,
An observation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is going to sound very off color. Metal in collars is not a good idea.
I like metal into my collars.
That's what she said.
For most societies,
That's what he said too.
the adoption of a manual on parliamentary procedure
Yeah.
has the effect of providing the society with
Yeah.
A, standing rules,
Yeah.
B, bylaws,
No.
C, rules of order,
Yeah.
D, special rules of order.
C.
It is C.
Yeah.
Because it's both. It's
And to
a
some
little bit of
people,
both.
E, massive headaches.
Well, to all people. but why isn't it A or D?
Okay.
Because it's both.
Because standing rules and special rules of orders are a little, well, they're covered in like Roberts.
Right, 'cause
They're
it's both.
They're both, and they're covered under rules of
Right.
order. Bylaws they're outlined in here, but they're not required in, but not included in
Right.
this. It's advisory on bylaws.
Okay, so we don't. Well, did you?
No.
Okay, so that one was easy.
Yeah, that was a cakewalk.
So then there is the
Why
Sunday.
why don't they use Robert's rules in
Sunday.
in bakeries?
God, don't, just don't. I know you spend all night.
No,
Just trying to come up
I
with
just
shit.
made this one up
Oh God, no.
because
No.
everything's a cinnamon roll call.
No, just don't, please.
She didn't even like my elevator joke about the nugget when the elevator kept getting stuck on the on the 12th floor.
Just stop. Are you ready now for? Interesting.
Uh
All right.
oh, that's trouble. What?
'Cause we fucked this up at convention.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Well,
That's the best joke this entire video.
the admissibility of a request or motion
Okay.
arising out of a question of privilege.
Oh, boy.
Which happened
Every
2 fucking seconds.
Yes. And you wonder why we fall behind in convention. It's because that shit happens.
A requires a 2/3 vote.
Excuse me. Yeah, keep going.
B is ruled upon by the chair.
This is which one? A point of...
The admissibility of a request or motion arising out of a question of privilege.
Okay.
C may be postponed indefinitely.
No.
D must be decided by the assembly.
D, it can be. C is wrong. What's A and B?
A requires a 2/3 vote. B is ruled upon by the chair.
So B is the correct answer. A doesn't make any sense.
It is B.
Yeah.
But let's look at this, because all that happened all weekend is they just took it. Every single chair there just took it for granted that, oh, you're saying you have a question of privilege? That means you just automatically do. I can't question it. I can't do a thing about it. Even though 90% of what was claimed to be a privilege wasn't a fucking question of privilege. Okay. Ooh, can you tell I'm salty about this?
Let's put it to you this way. On the first day, when the credentials fight was going on, I was over on the far side by the Pennsylvania delegation where I was an alternate, up against the wall, listening to this, and every one of these points of privilege, I was shaking my head like a horizontal bobblehead.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
I kept telling Ken, and Ken's like, nope, I want to let him talk. I'm like, okay. That's when I started drinking some more Fireball.
That's when Ken started drinking his bourbon. up on the dais.
He drank the Fireball too, because I gave him a little thing of Fireball as well.
Okay. Okay, so the second paragraph under section 19.
Okay, so 19, second paragraph.
Yeah. About raising a question of privilege.
Yes.
The device, I'll read off of here. 225, 1-7 on the 11th. This device operates as follows. A member rises and addresses the chair saying that he, quote, rises to a question of privilege, as explained on page 227, and the chair immediately directs the member to state his question of privilege. The chair must then rule, subject to appeal, whether the request or motion is in fact a question of privilege, and if so, whether it is urgent enough to interrupt the pending business.
Right. There are people there who think just because you use the magic word privilege that it's automatically interruptible.
He thinks that's right
No,
away.
it
Yeah.
isn't. There's plenty of things that are a question of privilege that are not interruptible. Same thing with points of parliamentary procedure.
Mm-hmm.
They're not interruptible. You don't get to hop in line. It's only if it's urgent, particularly with points of parliamentary procedure, that you cannot meaningfully participate at that moment unless you get an answer. It's not, will it be in order 5 hours from now for me to introduce such and that? No, that's not interruptible.
Those were questions I just want, those were questions that made me consider violating the NAP.
My God. There needs to be.
They need to have a dry convention in an odd-numbered year where all they do is train delegates on how to properly use Roberts.
No, at the beginning of each day, there just needs to be like a 5-minute thing that this is what this is what this is
People
not.
don't listen to that. They're too busy jacking their jaws and
Some people will.
making that underlying noise as you can't hear yourself think, which is why people complain about the acoustics in the convention floor, because people won't shut up and listen.
No, some people will listen, and the ones that do listen will shut up the ones who didn't when they try to get up and do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So did you put your thing up?
That's what she said.
Did you?
As far as you know.
Okay, that's pretty bad if I didn't know.
Well, you weren't paying attention because you were busy
Okay.
raising a point of privilege. And yes, Dave, that was why the elevators were jacked up. There was something wrong in the casino tower on one of the elevators where it would on the 12th floor only, and this was the floor I was
Yeah, but what about
living
the
on.
resort tower? Because they were slow on the
Which
resort
one was
tower.
the one? Which was the one above the casino?
The casino tower.
Okay, that resort tower. I'm getting it backwards.
Okay.
But anyway, it would get to the 12th floor. You would get in the damn elevator. You'd push a button. The door would close, and it would just sit there. It would do nothing. And so people are like, well, what the hell is going on here? So that was just driving everybody nuts. So that slid everything up on the elevators, too, which is why I asked...
Well, there was multiples that weren't working.
Oh, okay. This is the one I knew about. But which is why I asked the question, how many parliamentarians can you get stuck in an elevator? And the answer is that motion is out of order.
I'm cold.
Well, your jacket's right behind you.
Yeah, but I don't like it with the stripes.
Well, then put the other one on.
I don't like that one with the stripes.
Such a clothes hog. I'm wearing shorts down here, guys. See?
Oh.
With my super
You just showed your legs.
super untanned legs here.
Hey, my bruise got much better there. Look at this. Look how much. See it? Look, it's almost all.
I still don't know what the hell happened to you.
Neither
there.
do I. But look at how much of the normal skin's. That's much.
Maybe it was
better.
Jackie's hex.
What? It missed wherever it was supposed to hit me in the leg, and then bounced over to Whitney and made her sick.
It could be. By the way, have we heard any updates on her? Is she back home now?
She's back home. Yeah,
Okay.
she's back home. That's all I know.
Yeah. For people who hadn't heard, she was on the chair on the gavel the first day, and then wound up having to get taken to the hospital that evening
I don't think that's.
with
I
some
don't think
major
you
illness.
say on the gavel. Are you on the pot or are you on the gavel?
Well, like I can make a comment about how she runs a meeting with that, but I'm not going to. The reality of it is she got really badly
she was
ill,
really sick.
and they had to take her to the hospital, and so she was unable to continue as chair the next day, and that's why Ken took over the rest of the convention.
Yeah, no, but I could tell by the end of the day she was not feeling well.
And say what you want about how she runs a meeting. You don't want to see someone get sick
No,
like that.
no, and she
You
was
don't.
crabbier than normal. I knew she wasn't feeling
Crappier
well.
than normal. Yeah, that's true. But I'll tell you this something else. This is the second convention in a row where we've had the chair not be there to take the reins from the majority of it. And it's also the second convention in a row where we had a vice chair chairing, and you, Richard Brown, and myself were in and around the dais at the same time. This is becoming a pattern, folks.
But it's the first national convention I ever got to chair, even if it was only for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I got to tell Nick I wasn't entertaining his appeal.
Which means DC, here we go. Will be the third time's the charm. Except we'll have Josh doing it.
No, Angela's going to be fine.
Well, as far as we know, but
She's going to be fine.
we thought Whitney was going to be fine. So, you know.
Hey, look, hey, fuckers. Perfect.
Yeah, well, as far as we know, I mean, you know, weird things can happen.
Just in case you didn't know, everyone knows now, so it's not a secret. Did you know Angela's pregnant?
I did not know that.
She's 3 months pregnant.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
She doesn't look 3 months pregnant.
Well, forgive me for being blunt, but there are some women who look like they carry their babies in a shopping bag.
Yeah, no.
My mother-in-law was one of those.
My sister, you could never, like, no, she never got about, like, I mean, obviously a little bit. The baby had to go somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
But you wouldn't look at her and know she was pregnant, my sister.
Yeah. I mean, when Lydia was having R2, she definitely would look pregnant. Mm-hmm. But there are some women who just don't look pregnant when they're pregnant because they're that, okay, I'm going to say this bluntly, and it's not a derogatory statement. They're just very petite.
Yeah.
They're small in stature, so it doesn't look like they're pregnant.
Yeah, but some petite women, they get a big bowling ball.
Yeah, and that's not, again, I'm not criticizing Angela. I wish her all the best in her pregnancy, all the way through, because I know what it's like to lose a child in a pregnancy.
I thought you were going to say you knew what it was like to be pregnant, and I was going to be like...
No, well, I do, but that's another story. This is a bouncing baby.
Like, are you wanting to tell me something I didn't know?
Yeah, it's a bouncing baby beer belly. But anyway. Party ball.
But yeah, Richard, we had said that it can interrupt if it pertains to the business at hand, if it's urgent. But if it's about a motion that you're intending upon making 5 hours from now, no, it can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was I supposed to ask you this one?
Yes, I handed
No, this
it
is
to you.
this is the debatable ones. Oh, no. Excuse me. This is a different question. Now they pay attention to what I'm looking here.
What?
Okay, capture that look on a screenshot for later. Anyway, yeah, Doc Sexy, it is a new one. So we have another entry into the 18-year program for the LP.
Objection, speculative.
Okay, maybe more than one. Who knows? Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Incidental emotions,
Oh, God.
also known as twitches.
I don't like those categories.
I don't either. A, are classified as secondary
Oh, God,
emotions.
don't do this. No, they're not always. No, wait, are they? No, they're not always, because the motion...
Why don't you hear the rest of the choices first?
Okay, yeah, no. I'm trying to work it out. They're not always secondary.
Well, use a Q-tip. B, are debatable.
Yes.
C, are incidental to immediately pending motions only.
No.
D, have an assigned position in the order of precedence.
Oh, God, I fucked this whole time.
Just for
Start
the
again,
just for
start
the record,
again.
these incidentals drive me crazy too.
Start again.
Okay, incidental motions, colon. A, are classified as secondary motions. B, are debatable.
No, wait, stop. Are classified as second. Not all there's main incidental motions.
Yes, there is.
So it's not A.
B, are debatable.
Are they always? Because an incidental motion, because I think they're debatable, because wasn't my suspension motion an incidental motion? And it was debatable.
I thought that was a main motion on the agenda.
It was a main incidental motion. That's why you couldn't do something I wanted to do. You couldn't do a motion to reconsider and lay on the table and enter on the minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
C, are incidental to immediately pending motions only.
See, that's what's confusing me.
And D, have an assigned position in the order of precedence.
But I don't think they... C.
They say the answer is A.
They say it's A?
Classified as secondary emotions.
Are they? Because there are incidental main motions.
Reference is way back in section 5.
This is really freaking me out because aren't there incidental main motions, or are they main motions that are?
There's incidental main motions.
Yeah, are main motions classified as secondary motions?
Which doesn't make any sense. Okay, they're saying.
Help me, Richard Brown and JJ.
This is section 5, page 59, lines 4 to 6, way back in the beginning under classification of motions.
Okay, where's it at?
It is okay. It's this at the beginning of section 5.
Beginning of section 5.
Yeah. It's this right here. This chart.
Yeah, it says it. I don't get
Incidental
it.
motions right here.
But there's incidental main motions here.
And there's incidental motions there.
Okay, no, that's a shitty question. It doesn't matter because I wouldn't have got. That's a shitty question because there are incidental main motions.
Okay, to read off this chart, just to explain what we're talking about here. This is on 59 right at the beginning. You have item 1. Man, just read this off the table.
Oh, look how fat I'm getting. Look at the bloop.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I don't like that.
We call it curves.
Hey,
Mike, would you like a beer or something?
I got a beer. But thank
look
you.
at I got.
She got her Smirnoff.
That's a shitty question.
Anyway, back to reading this real fast. 1, main motion, sub A, original main motion, sub B, incidental main motions.
Which is an incidental motion.
2, subsidiary motions, 3, privileged motions, 4, incidental motions, all of which are listed as secondary.
But
5, motions that bring a question again before the assembly, like a reconsider or rescind. So
I don't know what JJ's answering. No, it isn't.
JJ's saying no, it isn't. That and it's I'm not sure either, but
I don't know what the no, it isn't is for. Okay, well, that's a that goes well. It doesn't matter, but I think that's a shitty. I think that goes in the shitty column.
Whoa. Almost had a train wreck here.
It doesn't. I didn't get it right according to them, but I think that goes in the shitty column.
I think the reason why they're saying it's secondary is because they're clearly delineating between incidental main and incidentals.
Yeah, but they're both incidentals.
I understand what you're saying.
No, I am not. That's a shitty question. I appeal the ruling of the co-host.
I'm not making a rule. I'm just reading what they're saying.
It's a shitty question, agree or not?
No.
Audience.
We're polling the audience here. Was this a shitty question?
See?
Read what he said, the first part.
Right. It's a main motion. It's not a secondary motion. They just said incidental motion. Incidental main motion is an incidental motion. That's main. But it's still an incidental motion.
I'm laughing because you sound like me arguing this.
Because it is. That's a bad question. It's bad, and they should have felt bad for asking it.
I personally don't understand why they call an incidental main motion incidental main motion. But that's just me.
Doesn't matter. I want it gotten anyway. So, flip it over there. Flip it.
Burn it in a fire.
So now I ask you, right?
Yeah, but don't tell my wife. She might agree.
All right, here we go. Let's see. A separate vote. Okay, this is the 25th. Okay. Oh, this is burning my neck, but I'm cold.
What?
A separate vote.
Oh, your collar.
No, this whole thing. A separate vote can be required on any individual standing rule of a convention during the adoption process by...
Wait a minute. Say that again slowly. Let me make sure I heard that correctly.
Okay.
That was a mouthful.
Okay. Whoa,
that's what she said.
Wait, hold on.
Is that one working?
I don't think it is. Where is...
That's what she said.
Okay, it is working. It is working.
All right. A separate vote.
Okay.
Can be required.
Okay.
on any individual standing rule
Okay.
of a convention during the adoption process by. So you got like our whole conglomeration of standing rules.
Right.
Rather than voting them all up or down, you can separate one out.
That sounds like a Seradium thing.
Okay. A majority vote without debate. And this is requiring okay. This question is very tricky. A separate vote can be required.
Can be required.
By.
Yeah.
A majority vote without debate.
Okay.
B, a 2/3 vote. C, the demand of a voting member of the convention. D, a majority vote with debate.
I'm going to go C, actually.
It is. It's C. You can always have a division on the demand of a single member because they're unrelated.
That wasn't that trick. We should have figured it out.
Yeah. But, yeah. I just didn't want you to think it was how it got adopted. It was how you could get to a vote.
It took a second to comprehend what was being said there.
Yeah, because it was confusing the way it was worded, so I didn't want you to...
I gotta get this hat unbent. It's like, when you look at it, it's just like the bill goes like this way or something.
So you're catching up with me.
I haven't marked that up yet.
You're caught up with me now.
I'm tied you now.
Yeah, you're caught up with me now, fucker.
Yeah.
Because you got me on the incidental bullshit.
I didn't get you on it. It just showed up that way. Okay, next one. 26th.
I'm cold.
The motion, let's get this right.
The motion
to reconsider
okay.
can be applied to the vote on any motion except...
Oh, fuck you.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Okay. Looking for objection speculative?
No.
Which one you looking for? Bitches?
Boom chicka wow wow.
Oh, this is totally heating up.
Why don't you put that on the floor?
Because I'm cold up here.
That's Wayne's problem.
Okay,
Wayne, come warm up your wife.
And look, I already have a heater down here. I gotta put on one of these jackets I don't like. I'm so cold right now. Okay, continue with the motion to reconsider.
Okay, can be applied to the vote on any motion except A, an order limiting or extending debate. B, a main motion with an appeal pending. C, another motion to reconsider. Or D, an affirmative vote on a contract even though the party to the contract has not been notified. What the fuck?
Well, it's not D. It can be applied.
D is just so crazy, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm so cold. It can't be D.
The comments.
I saw. Okay, so it's not D.
No, D doesn't make. D's just ridiculous.
So what is it again?
Okay. Pardon my sniffles here.
So you can't reconsider what?
First one is A, an order limiting or extending debate.
You can reconsider.
Although it says an order limit or extending debate. God, this is poorly written.
You can reconsider that.
B, a main motion with an appeal pending.
I think it's B, because if there's an appeal pending, you can't. Okay.
C, another motion to reconsider.
What? They're saying, can you reconsider or reconsider?
That's what the option says here. Remember, this is accept these, not... So this is the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, well, no, wait. Say the question then again.
The motion to reconsider can be applied to the vote on any motion except...
Right.
Yeah, except one of these.
Right, I got it.
Okay.
You can't do it. Right, you can't do it on A and you can't do it on D.
Yeah.
Wait, say the question again.
The motion to reconsider
can be
applied.
Okay, so we can't do it
to the vote on any motion except.
And what was A again?
An order to limit or extend debate.
Oh, it can be applied.
Except for one of these.
Oh no, you can do it. What?
This is asking for...
The one you can't do it to.
Correct.
Okay, you keep confusing me. You can do it to A, and you can do it to D. So it's either B or C.
Okay, B is a main motion with an appeal pending.
And D is a reconsideration itself.
No, D was the contract thing. C was another motion to reconsider.
So it's asking if you pass.
Don't overthink it.
C?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't move to reconsider another reconsideration, which is currently pending. That's like, I want to roll this back. No, you got to wait for this to be disposed of first.
Okay.
So.
But I didn't think you could do it with B either. That's what's.
Well, it actually makes sense that you could. And without going into the citation yet, I'll tell you why I think that. You've got a main motion. It passed, or whatever reason. There's an appeal of the ruling from the chair regarding that motion. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's like a point of order, for example. Okay. And while that appeal is pending, someone says, well, wait a minute. I want to move to reconsider the original motion which led to this ruling. If that reconsider is passed, and then it can cause the appeal to be rendered moot.
Okay, let's look at the thing.
Okay. Excuse me, French fry burp. This is Chapter 9, Bankruptcy.
Okay, is the cross supposed to go this way? I always thought it went the other way.
You can go this way, you can go that way, you can go that way.
I like
you can
that
go, yeah,
way.
you can go diagonal, or you can go straight across.
I like that way.
Whatever works, doesn't matter. It's just so it groups it. Okay, so this is
Objection, speculative.
Chapter 9, page 318.
Okay.
Which is section 37.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have said that first. 318. Under reconsider.
Oh, I'm about to fall asleep.
You need caffeine.
That's what she said.
You need caffeine. Anyway, 318, 17 to 30, and on the next page. Okay, so this is part of the... If I'm getting this right,
I've been worn out for months.
The standard characteristics on reconsider.
Okay.
And this is number 2.
Okay.
Can be applied to the vote on any motion except A, a motion which can be renewed.
Right.
B, a negative vote on a motion which at the time the motion to reconsider is made would be out of order for various reasons.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
An affirmative vote whose provisions have been partly carried out.
I thought you could reconsider the parts that weren't carried out, but okay.
D, an affirmative vote in the nature of a contract. We mentioned that one. That was D before.
Right. But that's if the other people know about it.
A vote which has caused something to be done that is impossible to undo.
Right. You can't unring
the bell. Right. Or F, a vote on a motion to reconsider.
So you can't reconsider or reconsider.
Yeah. Because then you could reconsider. And you
Turtles all the way down, baby.
Yeah, an infinite loop. Or G, when practically the same result as desired can be obtained by some other parliamentary motion. Which is that last one's kind of weird because you could almost argue that reconsidering a main motion that's on appeal could have the result of the same result by some other parliamentary motion. In this case, being the appeal, right? I don't know.
No, not necessarily, because perhaps the appeal is because...
You see what I'm saying, but I understand what you're saying. I actually agree with you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an example, and I'm
that's
just
okay.
too tired, but yeah.
We're thinking the same thing, even if it's not, we don't have a concrete example of it.
Yeah, don't talk about airlines again.
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. So who asked that? You asked that.
And you got it right. And you
so
marked
now
it up.
it's my turn.
And you did the diagonal hash mark. Yeah.
Okay. So
well, you did. It's up there on the board.
No. I know that. I just was. Don't cheat.
I can't see anything over there.
I know the way you cheat.
Yeah.
Such a cheater.
I have Wayne send me the questions in advance.
Okay, so we're on the 27th, the Friday, the 27th. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Where's what?
I don't know which one I'm looking for.
Well, don't ask me.
Bitches.
Okay, if the assembly
Okay.
has no bylaws, provision, or rule about the quorum of committees,
Okay.
what is the quorum of a standing committee or a special committee?
Choices?
A, the same as the quorum of the assembly.
B.
B, all the members of the committee.
C.
Any member present at a properly called committee meeting.
D.
A majority of the committee members.
Majority. The other ones don't make...
Yeah, it's majority.
C doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's a majority.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Because majority's the default.
Right. that's why I went with it. I was thinking majority before you got to the choices, actually.
Oh, we're making a mess. So you need to... There you go.
Oh, you tear it so you can see the answer. Way to cheat.
It.
Way to cheat. Anyway.
I'm not a cheater unlike somebody else in this room, and there's only one other person in this room.
Yeah, right.
Wayne's not down here.
No, but we don't know you had JJ feeding the question answers in your ear for the exam.
Oh my God!
Oh wait,
no.
that was the convention floor. I'm sorry.
That was convention. Yeah, no, I did have. Oh, I was arguing with JJ some of that time too.
I heard some of his stuff going in Michael Heiss's ear at one point when I was talking to Heiss. It's like, as I told Mike, I told him, I said, man, they got voices running through your head. He just laughed.
I heard JJ was yelling that one of my rulings was wrong when I was the brief period I was sharing. Too bad, so sad. I'm not hearing your appeal, Mr. JJ.
Okay, this one's about one of our favorite subjects, tellers, and I don't mean Penn and Teller.
Okay, go ahead.
If the teller's report of an election shows that there have been more ballots cast than there are eligible voters present, A, another vote must be taken immediately. B, if the result of the election would not have been affected, the vote could stand. C, if the results would affect the election by unanimous consent, the election may be declared valid. D, the chair would make the decision on whether or not to reballot. Or E, you're in Chicago.
It might be B. It's A or B. B.
You're going to go with B? Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Yes. I think it should be A, but I disagree with Roberts on that. It's B. But I personally think it should be A.
Let's put it to you this way. If A was the right answer, we'd still be in Reno.
That could be true. That could be true. Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's got to be able to affect the election.
Right. Because when the few discrepancies, that we had, didn't affect the election. And we fixed those on the spot in the teller's pit. So.
Yep. I wasn't thinking more of conventions. I was thinking more of smaller elections where there's just like 2 people. Or 3 people.
So, and as Colorado's head teller and as the head teller for the last 2 nationals, this right down my Main Street, it should be you don't know what ballot stuffing can do. That's true. That's Chicago style voting.
Yeah, but
vote early, vote off,
what
and
he's
you're dead.
referring to is like we missed a write-in for cast for the friendly ghost. Like
the biggest discrepancies we had were the tally sheets were off because they didn't fill them out correctly at the delegations.
All right, so I pulled back ahead.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Okay, so whose turn is it? Me to ask you, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I just got that right.
All right, I just asked you that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's a Sunday, so I get another shot.
Vodka, rum, or bourbon?
Okay, I'm trying to pull this out
That's what she said.
without looking at it.
That's really what she said.
No one wants to see that thing.
Turn the lights off.
There we go.
That's what she said.
See, when properly viewed, everything is lewd. Okay, March 30th. A substitute offered for a... Oh, you're going to get this one.
Yes!
I don't even need to ask the question. You're going to get it.
Substitute!
If that's the question, you're going to get it.
If I get a substitute wrong, I have gotten substitute.
If you're going to substitute wrong, feel free to smack yourself on the head with this.
I got such a fucking fetish for substitutes, it's not even funny.
That's what she said.
Okay,
But
substitute.
we'll leave a 4-letter word that starts with a C out of it.
A substitute.
A substitute offered for a main motion of only one sentence must A. also consist of only one sentence.
No.
B. be moved as a primary amendment.
Yes.
C. be amended only by striking out words.
No.
D. be amended only after the original main motion is perfected by amendment.
Okay, it could be that though.
I know you've gone back and forth on perfecting primary and substitute for a long time.
Wait, now, okay, go through it again.
Okay. A substitute offered for a main motion of only one sentence.
Correct.
Must.
Must.
Okay? Yes, must. A. also consists of only one sentence.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that makes any sense, to be honest.
Yeah.
B. be moved as a primary
That
amendment.
is definitely true. Wait, was must?
Must.
Oh. B then.
You want B?
Wait, but say the question again because I'm like a little drunk.
Okay. A substitute offered for a main motion
Must.
of only one sentence. The main motion has only one sentence.
Right.
Must. Colon. Okay. A. also consists of only one sentence. B. be moved as a primary
It
amendment.
has to be moved as a primary amendment.
C. be amended by striking out words.
It's B.
It is B.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a primary
Don't-
amendment. I was just making sure they weren't trying to fuck with me with a substitute for a substitute.
no, they weren't.
Okay.
They
It's
weren't.
B.
Yeah.
So, wait, hold on. I am still the queen of substitutes. Just so you know.
Does Wayne know that?
He does.
Okay. Does he approve of
does.
that?
He does.
Does he know who you're substituting for?
He does.
Do they approve of?
Yes. It's all consensual.
We're all adults here. Well,
Let me
Except
tell
for
you.
you.
Let me tell you though. The next LNC meeting, I get to do the expungement ceremony
it's gonna for
the censure of
Josh's.
Joshua.
Yeah. Okay. So just to walk through this real fast, the substitute only matching one sentence doesn't make any sense. That's just illogical. Striking out words also doesn't make any sense. That's also illogical.
No, you can amend it like anything.
Right.
You could even substitute for a substitute.
Yeah. Now, the only one that started to throw you off was the last one about only after the original main motion is perfected by amendment.
No, because
You started to ponder
wait,
that
what
one.
was it again?
Must be amended only after the original main motion is perfected by amendment.
No, because
You've gone back and forth on this in the past.
no, that one's no, because I'll tell you why that one's wrong.
Let's stick my lips in the chair here.
A, it's up to the chair.
Yeah.
But usually you should perfect the first one first, then the second one. However, when they're both done, you can then start to flip back between the two. So, yeah.
Okay.
But you want to know what's funny about my little expungement thing? Is those minutes haven't been approved yet. So I've got to move to have those minutes approved. Then once they're approved, then I get to expunge. Because as far as I can tell, they haven't been approved.
They need to be a printout, don't they?
Yeah.
So when they print them out, take that pen. That one right in front of you. That's pink.
Yeah, I think it said it had to be in black.
Oh, it does?
I think it said that it had to be in black.
Okay. Which is weird because it's too much black on white. It has some contrast in colors there. But then again...
I'd rather do it in red, like, personally, but...
Yeah. Red would be a great counteract, but...
But yeah, those minutes have... I don't think... There's no... Okay, I'm waiting for John to do the minutes of the pre-convention meeting because there's no recording of it.
Aye. Why was there no recording? Did they just not do it? Or...
You said approved on 5/27. Were you at that meeting, John, JJ? Because I can't...
I wasn't at that meeting. I know that.
No one can tell me what was approved. And if it was approved on 5/27, shame on the LNC because it lists John Wilford as fucking treasurer on those minutes.
Which he wasn't.
No, he's listed there were 3 sets of minutes that were up to be approved on the 27th. 2 of them had him listed as treasurer.
Ay, ay, ay.
I know it isn't.
Nana's.
Nana said it was. I don't think Nana's right, and if so, shame on the LNC. Those minutes were only like 3 pages long, 4 pages long. You didn't catch that it said treasurer?
The goal is you got to get it right, you know?
You know, it's not that we lost a secretary, it's that we gained a second treasurer. So they're gonna need to be reapproved anyway because I'm amending them. Like, I'm putting them back up for approval because we did not have 2 treasurers.
Yeah.
One set didn't say that. I think one set was okay. Now, that might have been the censure one. I can't remember which one.
I'm not sure either. Minutes are not my department.
So, whatever. There's sets of minutes that I don't even know have ever been done, like, and there was no recording, so I can't go back and do them. I've got so much to do with minutes, it's not even funny. Okay, what was that? That was me, right?
Yes.
You asked me.
Right.
On substitutes.
Yes. So you need to ask me on whatever the hell that one is.
Yeah, whatever it is. And our LNC... What?
The comment.
Yeah, is that why? Oh, and by the way, okay, so the LNC meeting is 3 here. It's 5
Right.
Eastern. Okay, so we want to do a Pink Flame of Liberty before, right?
Right. Well, it's only 20 after 12, so we got time.
Yeah, but I want to get to the LNC meeting at 2:30.
Okay, so we got about 2 hours to do however much we're gonna do here, and then get that in.
Yeah. Oh God, and I'm so tired. I can't even tell you. It's like so is it my turn to ask? See
Yes.
how like
Yes, it is.
discombobulated
It is your turn.
I am?
It is your turn to ask me.
I am like.
I'm still fighting jet lag from last week too.
Okay.
So.
No, it's not even the jet lag. It's the months of prep. Like,
Well, yeah.
I had so
You were
many
running-
strategy
You
meetings.
were. I know. I was in on some of them.
Yeah, but there was
Not all
more.
of them, but I was in on some of
There
them.
was the general strategy meetings. There was the floor
Yeah,
team,
you had the floor team ones.
and
yeah.
I was on their bylaws review,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the our platform committee.
I'm so glad those bylaws never got reviewed. Those were just, they needed to die in a fire.
The Mises group review. They kept changing them. We kept having them. We were like,
know.
oh my God, it was so
I know.
confusing.
I did
Okay.
I did a webcast on on my take on the bylaws things from the survey.
You were much harsher on them than I was.
Well, I did it for my hotel room in Illinois. I was picking up John from college, so yeah,
But-
it was much more harsher. But at the time, it was like, no, these suck.
No, I was a little more favorable towards them than you were after they got amended, but
Well, this is before they got amended. So
yeah, but you didn't like them even that much after they got amended.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, this question.
A motion to amend a special rule of order not pending. What the fuck does that mean?
A motion to amend a special rule of order.
Not pending. What does it means not pending? The motion to amend's not pending, or the special rule of order's not pending?
Yeah, that is badly worded.
Yeah, a motion to amend. I'm assuming the special rule.
Well, let's walk through it and see if we can decipher what they're
Okay.
talking about.
A motion to amend a special rule of order not pending.
Okay.
I still don't know
Just
what
just
that
keep going, keep going.
means.
Just keep going.
A, is not debatable.
Well, no.
B, can be adopted by a 2/3 vote and previous notice.
Maybe.
C, can be adopted by a majority vote.
Maybe.
D, is out of order.
Probably not. JJ says special rule.
It says special rule of order.
I think what he means is special rule. The special rule is not pending.
Oh. But how can a special rule not be pending? Special rules are always in effect.
Unless it's the adoption of it. Maybe.
But it doesn't say that.
I know. The question is badly worded, okay?
I don't understand this question at all. How can a special rule of order not be pending? A special rule of order is in place always.
I'm not sure I get this one either. Okay, read the first part again.
A motion to amend a special rule of order not pending.
Amend something previously adopted. Maybe. Okay, then give me.
But how can it not be pending?
I understand
Is it
what
laid
you're
on
asking.
the table? Like I don't. What does this mean? We don't have
Make it make sense.
Where is it? Doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Bitches.
I don't know what this means, so you're gonna have to do the best you can.
That's what she said.
what she said.
JJ says it has been adopted. If it's in effect, how is it pending? Yeah, that's the question we're trying to ask.
Right, and if you're moving to amend it, how is that not pending?
It's poorly worded.
I don't understand.
Okay, so start off at the beginning again, one more time.
A motion to amend a special rule of order not pending.
There's no punctuation in there.
Well, there's a colon.
Well, at the end, but I mean in the rest of it.
Okay, I think I understand now. You want to do this. You want to, like you've said, I'd like to amend this thing.
Okay.
But you're not at the point in the agenda when you can do that yet.
Okay.
So it's not pending.
The motion is not pending.
Right.
Which I think is what Matt is saying on the comments. That would make sense.
No, but it doesn't really, but that's the only way it makes sense.
It's the only way it makes sense because otherwise it's absurd.
Because otherwise it's not a motion. Okay? It isn't a motion till you actually make it, which makes it pending. I think what it's saying is like maybe you've given notice or you have an intent to make this motion.
Yeah.
But you haven't made it yet. So it's not pending. But once there's a motion, it's fucking pending. Do you understand?
I get what you're saying, yes. I get what you're saying and I get what they're saying. Let's go with the rest of the...
Yeah, but JJ's saying the opposite. The rule's been adopted, but is not pending. Yes, if it's been adopted, it's always...
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Let's go through the choices.
I'm having a meltdown.
Let's just go through the question. Let's see. Okay, we could partially... I think we could label this shitty, but let's see if I get it right anyway. Okay?
You can lay it on the table. Yeah, you can lay it on the table. That's what I'm saying. Are they saying it's like... But none of these answers make sense.
Let's walk through it, see if I can figure it out. But I think we agree the question's shitty.
This,
okay?
I don't know what it means.
Let's just see what we got here, okay? Let's unwrap the axle. Let's see where the wheel spins.
Right. A motion to amend a special rule of order not pending.
Okay.
God, that question, it's hurting me. A is not debatable. What's not debatable?
Probably
the special rule of order or the motion to amend?
Let's call it the motion. Keep going. The paper bag's over there.
Okay. B can be adopted by a 2/3 vote in previous notice.
Keep going.
C
Excuse me.
Can be adopted by a majority vote. D is out of order.
This is going to sound weird. And I don't know why I'm going to say this. Call it instinct, but I think it's the 2/3 with B, whatever the hell that was. 2/3 with previous notice. I'm guessing. Because it's a special rule, my brain automatically thinks 2/3.
Yeah, it is B.
Okay. Now, why? What's the citation?
Okay, so it can't be the motion that's not pending.
What's the citation?
No, but I want to try to... I am deeply disturbed by this question. How... It can't be the rule of order that wasn't pending. Because... What does the motion to amend... Okay, never mind. I can't.
What's the citation?
Is there 2 here? No, there isn't. I can't.
Okay, Section 8. Well, that's why. Section 8 means you're crazy.
No, Section 8 just means you're poor, doesn't it?
No, Section 8 means you're crazy. It means the Section 8 discharge in your army meant you were crazy.
Oh, but Section 8 housing
Section
is
8,
when you're subsidized and
right.
poor.
Yeah, Klinger was always trying to get a Section 8 discharge en masse, yeah. Let's see, Section 8, where are we at here? Yeah, that's kind of the consensus on that one, Matt. The more I answer her, the less the question makes sense. Section 8, page 88, lines 3 through 7, which translates out to, towards the end of the section, also almost to section 9. Go back a page, and it should be, okay, do you have a paragraph called Relation of Accessions? Yeah. The paragraph right above that. So go back over here.
Oh. No. Let's just start reading and I'll find it.
Bylaws, on the other hand, and special rules of order, which do deal with parliamentary procedure, contain the provisions that are expected to have stability from session to session, and to represent the judgment of the whole society as distinguished from the members voting in any particular session. These rules therefore require both previous notice and a 2/3 vote for amendment, with a vote of a majority of the entire membership as an allowable alternative. Remember, we came up with that when you were doing convention strategies. And rules of order require a 2/3 vote for suspension, while bylaws normally cannot be suspended.
I knew all that.
But there's no mention of something not pending. Yeah,
this has nothing to do with that question. I mean, you got it right, so you could get the credit for it. But that's the worst question I think we've run into.
I think the part that's throwing everybody, well, obviously the part throwing everybody is not pending. Because if you read the question to say a motion to amend a special rule of order, then the rest of it makes perfect sense.
Right.
So.
Yeah, what's the not pending part?
So, I got that one right.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, somebody here explain the not pending part. JJ, Mr. Brown. That's the part that got fucked up. They had extra. Listen, they were.
Question. JJ says the question is about amending a rule that has been adopted and is not currently pending.
But how can a rule not be currently pending? If it's a rule, it has stability from section to section. It's always.
That's bad. Like, once again, it's a badly worded question.
Here's what happened. They had all these little phrases that they had on the table that they had to assemble questions from. They did all the questions.
Like little magnets on the board.
Yeah, they had the questions, and all of what was left was not pending. And they go, let's just shove it over here.
Actually, no. I think they put them up on a dartboard and threw darts at them.
That not pending made no sense. None. It was bad.
Because they can't be pending because the rule's in effect.
It means it's not a new rule, but a rule already in effect. But that's not what it said.
That was just weird. All right, give me this thing. I gotta start asking you another question here.
Oh my God, I had PTSD over that one.
We're glad that wouldn't show up on the exam.
Oh my God, I think I would have just started shrieking, and poor Mark Goddard would have been like, "What?"
Yeah, I mean to ask you something about that. You made a post the other day where you said that they got 2 more sections released on the.
On the other exam.
But you're still taking it. Why?
Because okay, there's 2 reasons. A, I paid for it.
Okay.
And B, from what I understand, though JJ can tell me, I read somewhere that if you wait a certain amount of time to go for your PRP.
Yeah.
And you're qualified for RP under the old exam.
Yeah.
It kind of expires. You have to, after a certain amount of time, you can only go for PRP if you pass the new exam. And I don't know how long I'm going to wait to go do PRP, so I want to have them both. And I paid for it.
It's another one of those stupid rules they have.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a long time, but I've got shit to do, I'll be busy for the next 2 years with the secretarial stuff. And I don't know how...
And that's just getting this convention done.
Yeah, and I don't know how long you have to wait, to take a PR. You have to be an RP for a certain amount of time as well.
Uh-huh.
JJ should be able to tell me that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was wondering about that because I'm like, we already got the certification. Why are you still doing this?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Because I paid $250 for it.
Well, in that case, they should have Hahnemann show up in person to give you the test.
Oh no, he'll go. Nah, you suck.
Well,
nah, pink hair. Nah.
Part of the problem with the Roberts is that they've got to get somebody who's not, pardon the expression, an old white guy in charge.
That's dressed like a funeral director.
They need new blood.
No, by the way, no. I'm going to tell you something. It's very surprising when I first looked into the leadership of the National Association of Parliamentarians.
Yeah.
It's not all old white guys. There is proportionally, just by population, a disproportionate representation of black people, which really, really surprised me because parliamentary stuff just seems like so fucking white, and a very high percentage of black women.
Really?
Yeah. No, the president of NAP is a black woman. No, there's a lot in my local unit. Like a third of them are black women.
So Hahnemann, Balch, and Robert III aren't the guys totally in charge anymore, or?
Well, they're the authorship team.
Yeah.
That's not the board of directors. No, there are a lot of black people that are very high up in the National Association.
So I was
of
misunderstanding the structure then, but
yeah, no,
seems
and black
seems to
women.
me the authorship needs some fresh blood then.
Yeah, not in the authorship team, but definitely in the leadership.
Because a lot of what they've written over the years, and I've seen this, 10th, 11th, and 12th, all three of those. There's a verbosity in there that could be really cleaned up if they really wanted to.
Just saying, just go to the website and just look at the board, and you'll be like, "Whoa, that is unusual." Same thing in my local unit. There is a lot of black people involved with that.
Okay, then
Which just surprised me.
I stand totally corrected.
I mean, because doesn't it seem like as white as mayonnaise to you? Like
it
parliamentary
does
procedure?
because it does for me because of Hahnemann, Balch, and Robert III.
No, just in
the authorship team.
general, like, you know.
And there's no diss on Richard or JJ. Please don't misunderstand me.
JJ identifies as a black woman.
I thought I identified as a just one hell of a parliamentarian.
He identifies as a black woman. Do not assume his gender or his race. That's all I have to say.
I'm assuming he's from Philadelphia, which is true.
Yes, allegedly. I mean, that's what he keeps telling us. But have you ever seen him in Philadelphia?
I haven't been in Philadelphia.
I have never seen him in Philadelphia.
Have you ever seen me in Philadelphia?
No, but you don't claim to be from Philadelphia.
No, I claim to pass through there once.
Okay, I'm beginning to doubt his claim. I've never seen JJ in Philadelphia.
You never seen him anywhere except online.
I think he might be making that up.
All right. Oh God.
It's for me?
Yeah.
Is it hard?
It's an April Fool.
Ah!
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
It's an April Fool's Day question.
Go ahead.
It's about tellers again. Oh, you'll get this one. The teller's report should not.
Oh God, we never use the teller's report. We never
include A, the number of members eligible to vote. B, the number of votes cast. C, the number necessary for adoption. Or D, the number of votes against.
I don't know that. Say it again.
The teller's report should not include A, the number of members eligible to vote. B, the number of votes cast. C,
the number of members eligible to vote.
the number necessary for adoption. Or D, the number of votes against.
It's either A or C. C.
It's actually A.
I know it was A or C. I just couldn't figure out which
Well,
one.
I mean, logically speaking, the number of votes cast, it better fucking be in there.
Yeah.
Number of votes against better be in there because also the number of votes for. And the number necessary for adoption, you need to know what your threshold is.
No, because I thought the chair would just say that.
It should be in their report or something.
I know, the water.
Richard Brown. Whoa. Trivia from Richard Brown here.
Oh, wow. Well, he's grouchy anyway. So.
Yeah, I know that. So. Anyway. But yeah, it was actually a number of members eligible to vote.
Why wouldn't they want to take the PRP exam? That's weird. I kind of assumed they passed it. You mean there's people writing it haven't taken and passed the exam?
Well, that would explain why we get shitty questions on the calendar.
Yeah, well, I don't know who wrote those, but
April. She's the tech writer for the authorship board.
Interesting. So let's look at the telereport thing.
Okay, this is section 45.
We were just looking at that.
418 is the page.
I never know
number.
what's supposed to because we
It's
never use
under ballot.
we never use a formal teller's report. We just don't.
Okay. It's under several. Wait a minute. Let's skip the page.
It's right here. No. Close, right
There.
here.
Yeah. It's right below that
Number of
tellers
votes
report.
cast.
Right.
Necessary for because it's out of the number of votes. Okay, I got it now.
Yeah.
Never mind. Right.
Yeah, the next sentence. The teller's report should not include the number of members eligible to vote, nor the number abstaining.
Well, because abstaining's not a vote.
Right.
But the reason it doesn't need the number eligible, because that would then give you the number of abstentions. Because it doesn't matter how many are eligible. It matters how many people voted. Unless it's like 7/8 of the entire membership. That's an exception. Typical ballot, it doesn't matter how many are eligible. It does matter, however, if somebody raises a point of order later that goes, you have more votes than are people eligible. But that's a separate thing.
That's a Chicago problem, yeah. Okay, Richard says the authorship team is granted automatic PRP status.
Oh, okay.
So if Hahnemann was insisting on it, but
I don't get it. Then.
Yeah.
Wait, Richard, your two statements. One of these things is
Doesn't
not
make
like
sense.
the other.
Okay.
Like what? That's as bad as this not pending thing. What? What? Make it make sense. What are you doing?
Put it on the screen.
Which one?
The top one. Richard Burns, first one.
Okay. It's gonna be big.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Hey, what button do I push here?
That's what she said.
I'm not getting this here.
That's what she said.
Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for.
That's what she said.
That was a shade.
I don't know what button to push here. Oh, I found it.
Here, right here. Breathe into this. Breathe into this.
Oh, Lydia, you needed to be here. Oh,
Breathe into that, yeah.
that's okay. Oh, I don't know what button to push.
Trust me, I know what buttons to push with her.
Oh no, I found it.
Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
Okay, JJ says, I don't think that was the reason why he quit. So then why did he quit? We want to know the tea.
We want to know the gossip here.
Definitely want to know
The heretics want to know what's going on behind the temple.
Yeah, well, listen, I always want to know the Hahnemann gossip. I'm fascinated by him. He's like so cutie pie grumpy.
Was he one of the seven dwarves in the past life?
Like, I wonder if he'd be all weirded out if we started, like... like, if I just started, like, having...
What?
No, I'm thinking of... Never mind.
Just spit it out. That's what she said.
Gary Johnson's sex doll.
Barat? What?
Okay.
No, that's Bob Barr. Sorry.
No.
Wrong sex doll.
Okay, I had such a crush on Gary Johnson. Remember Nathan Graybow?
Yeah.
He said he was going to have a Gary Johnson sex doll made for me. So now I'm going, wouldn't it be funny if I, like, obsessed on Hahnemann like that? And just had a picture of him back here with a heart.
Neem Hahnemann with a grumpy cat?
Oh, my God. Oh, now I've transferred my affections to Justin Amash. He is a snack. He is a snack. I don't agree with him on politics, but that doesn't matter because I also had a big crush on Sarah Palin, and I definitely did not agree with her on politics, but she's a hottie. So is Alexandria. Why do I get these weird political crushes?
Bad eyesight?
No, AOC is gorgeous.
Well, yeah, in
a hot Latina kind of way. Yes.
In a horse race sort of
No.
way.
No. Whose question now is it?
You're supposed to ask me.
Oh, okay. Come on.
Remember, AOC recently said that because Elon Musk has bought Twitter, she wants to sell off her Tesla.
I don't care.
But the reaction was, well, that's because she didn't drive it very much because she couldn't find a 60-mile-long extension cord.
I didn't say that she was smart. I said that she was hot. There's a difference.
Yes. One is a true statement and one is bad eyesight.
No, it's not me asking you. It's you asking me. It's the second.
I just asked you the April Fool's Day joke
And
question.
did I get it right? No, I
No, you
didn't.
didn't. So it's you asking me. You ask me. April 2nd. This was the question about...
I was supposed to ask you that. Now I'm back to being evens, and you're back to being odds.
Remember, we had
Okay, whatever.
we
So
had
now I'm evens.
It went
okay.
31-1 in the two. Remember?
Yeah, that's the problem. Okay,
Yeah.
put that. So okay,
Yeah.
we got it now. So now I'm back to evens.
Yes.
All right. That's what confused me. I wasn't being.
We jumped months.
Okay. April 2nd.
Yes.
If the chair
Yes.
is in doubt
Yes.
on a voice vote or a show of hands,
Yes.
A, he may retake the vote by rising,
Okay.
but the vote may not be counted at his own instance. B, he may retake the vote by rising counted vote at his own instance. What are you doing?
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get this off the screen.
Hold on.
I'm not trying to
Right.
kill it. Over there. Okay. I almost killed the broadcast. Don't want to do that.
Yeah, you found the button, huh?
the wrong button.
C, a member may demand a counted vote. D, he may request permission by unanimous consent to have a rising counted vote.
Okay, so let's start this over because I interrupted everything there.
Okay, the chair is in doubt
Yes.
on a voice vote or a show of hands.
Yes.
A, he may retake the vote by rising, but the vote may not be counted at his own instance. B, he may retake the vote by a rising counted vote at his own instance. C, a member may demand a counted vote. D, he may request permission by unanimous consent to have a rising counted vote.
I don't think it's D. A was retake the rising vote.
But it can't be counted just because he says so.
Okay.
B says a rising counted vote because he says so. So A and C are kind of mutually exclusive.
Right.
C, a member may demand a counted vote. D, he can request permission by unanimous consent to have a rising counted vote.
D doesn't make any sense. C could be true. What was B again?
He may retake the vote by a rising counted vote at his own instance.
I think that might be true. I'm gonna go with B. It's probably gonna be A, but it says B.
It's B.
It is B. Okay. I was thinking back to what happened at the
Okay.
convention.
Oh, I'm
So-
stealing some of your fries because they look good. I'm still hungry. You better. Oh, you're gonna just turn them my way, are you, baby?
all the easier to get your fingers in there, my dear.
Oh my God.
That's what she said.
So you got it right, did you?
Not yet.
Ooh, are you pulling ahead
That's what she said.
or are you tied? I think you're tied.
I don't see no handcuffs.
Travis, there's no agenda, like, per se. It's a special meeting. We have only that motion. But typically there is public comment. I will definitely be allowing... Oh, maybe I'm not understanding your question. The agenda does allow for action. There is a specifically noticed motion. So it's not just a discussion. But if you meant discussion just amongst the LNC, no, we can allow action. But I thought you were talking about public comment, which I hope they're going to allow. Just because you sent me a photo. How do I know the photo was in
JJ just sent us a
Philadelphia?
Photoshop of him in Philadelphia.
I could send you a photograph of me in Philadelphia in like 10 minutes. Let me just go fire up Photoshop. What are you doing?
See if he sent me the email. I want to see what his picture looks like.
Oh, I thought he meant in the past.
No, he only sent it to you. I'm not worthy.
Okay, you got it. I'm gonna look.
That's what she said. Okay. Section 45, voting procedure, 410.13 to 18, which is just above verifying a vote. Actually, it is verifying a vote.
Okay, allegedly. But this is from 2018. How do I know that's Philadelphia?
It looks like a room somewhere.
Yeah, this rooms look like this everywhere.
Yeah.
Is this your nap unit? If it is, look what I'm saying. Look at all the black women.
Okay. There's
I mean,
JJ.
that's a lot.
Yeah, there's JJ.
Oh my God, you look grumpy as fuck. Dude.
He's all... He looks grumpier than Hahnemann.
Yeah, you need to be on the authorship team, dude. My God. Look at the face on him.
He glares at the camera worse than I do.
Everyone's smiling but you, JJ.
Yeah, you look like you're posing for your driver's license photo.
I mean, literally, look, everyone is smiling.
Except you, you're like.
What?
You're like this.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh.
Anyway.
Okay, that is funny. I'm just making sure. I want to hear.
I'm waiting for you to find it in there.
Find what?
The citation.
Oh no, you're just gonna read it because I'm gonna.
I am smiling. What the hell's a frown look like?
Dude. Okay. Dude. Hold on. Unless you tell me I'm not allowed to show this, we're about to do an expose. But I gotta pull up Facebook. He sent it to me on Facebook. Okay. What a boomer, right? Boomer. Oh God. Okay. It's not downloading. No, I don't want to send it to somebody else. God, man, they'll be like, okay, so let's save image as.
She says, go ahead.
And I gotta save it to my desktop because I don't know where that other folder is. Okay. Now you guys are gonna tell me if this is smiling. This is like that dude who was with Will McVeigh who like didn't blink. Hold on. I need to figure out how to add this. I think it's here. Yeah. So I gotta add it here. Desktop. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. All right. Okay. This is JJ right there. Okay.
Can you zoom in?
Everyone is smiling. Maybe. No, it's not. It's not letting me zoom in. I'm gonna try to. Nah, that's as big as it gets. That's what she said. But look at that. Look at that face. Look. Well, she's not smiling as much, but everyone. Well, she's not either. You need to be sitting next to her.
Maybe there's the one sitting on his right.
Yeah, but everyone else. Look at the smiles on most of these people. And here's JJ. He's the grumpy cat of the group. But I don't. Okay. All right, JJ. That is funny. Oh my goodness. Grumpy.
God, it got worse.
What?
The hat. Look at this thing.
Okay, are you going to read the thing?
Wait till we get the photos out of the way. Okay, here we go. Verifying a vote. In connection with the methods of voting via... Start over. In connection with the methods of voting by voice, voting by voice, that's a tongue twister, or by rising or by show of hands, as explained in Chapter 2, if the chair is in doubt on a voice vote or a vote by show of hands, he should retake it as a rising vote, and if necessary to satisfy himself of the result, he should obtain a count of it. Any member, by demanding division, can require a voice vote or a vote by show of hands to be retaken as a rising vote, but no individual member can compel it to be counted.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
You just can't see it under the mustache. Okay.
By the way, we probably need to plan to be done by 2.
Okay.
Including the Pink Flame of Liberty one.
Okay.
Because Richard Bowen just sent the revised motion. It's substantially the same. They needed to update it.
Okay.
And allegedly JJ wrote an opinion trying to show me up, and I haven't read JJ's opinion, so I want to kind of, and you're probably going to want to see his opinion. We can't talk about it, but you're probably going to want to see the opinion as well.
Actually, not until we have an appeal in front of us. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's going to be part of the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
The opinion is.
Oh, okay. That's different.
It's submitted as part of the thing for the LNC to consider.
I think I found a new hat supplier. I may need one.
Oh no, not a JJ opinion. I know. I hope he doesn't contradict everything I said prior.
By the way, I will say something. This is actually Coke, which I don't normally drink. There's that new Coke Sparkle stuff out there.
Is it good?
It's terrible. I tried it. Don't try it.
I want to find the Mountain Dew Red Hot.
Red Hot?
Flaming Mountain Dew.
Gods.
Okay.
Why can't they just put the regular stuff back out? Like, I don't know, caffeine-free Pepsi.
I
Yeah,
thought you
anyway.
were going to say caffeine-free Mountain Dew, and I was going to kill you.
Oh, I've had that in the
I
past.
know, I'm going to kill you.
Even the guy putting it on the shelf did not understand what the hell the point was of that.
Okay, so who was who doing what? Oh,
It's
you
your-
you read that. So now.
It's you asking me.
No.
No, I ask you.
Yeah.
Give me April 3rd. We're cheating. Okay. Oh, gods. You're going to hate this one. When preferential voting is used, which of the following statements is correct?
Is correct.
Yeah. A, it affords greater freedom of choice than by repeated balloting.
Yes.
B, in the event of a tie in the winning position, another distribution is made.
That's also true.
C, the teller's report consists of a table listing all candidates with the number of ballots contained in each count
That's also true.
after each successive distribution. D, as in other methods of voting, preferential voting may be authorized by a majority vote.
God, what? Say the whole question again.
Okay. When preferential voting is used, which of the following statements is correct?
Is correct.
A, it affords greater freedom of choice than by repeated balloting. B, in the event of a tie in the winning position, another distribution is made. C, the teller's report consists of a table listing all candidates with the number of ballots contained in each count after each successive distribution. D, as in other
C.
methods of voting, preferential voting may be authorized by a majority vote.
C.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, it is C. Why? That's the question.
Okay, the only reason I know that is because Alicia Matson used to bust my ass every time I didn't include that in my minutes.
Okay.
That's the only
That's a
reason
good-
I know that.
That's a good reason.
She's like, you didn't cook it. I'm like, oh, God. She's right.
Okay. We want to go over that one?
Well, we don't need to in the book. It isn't true that it necessarily has greater freedom of choice.
Yeah.
B, for a tie vote, it's a flip. Usually, it's not another round.
Yeah, coin flip or something
It's
like
something,
that.
right.
Yeah.
It depends on which thing you're using. Like OPA vote uses a randomization. And D, it can't be by... I think it has to be authorized in the bylaws.
I think you're right.
Because preferential voting is a special form. I think it has to be authorized in the bylaws or in a special rule of order.
Yeah, the citation just goes to the teller's report.
But I think it has to be a special rule of order or a bylaw. Let's look at preferential voting.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking here. That's absentee. That's not it. Preferential voting. Section 45, page 425, roughly. It's after absentee and voting by mail. Right there. Yeah. Complicated.
It doesn't say.
It can be used with respect to the election of officers only if expressly authorized in the bylaws.
Yeah, I thought, okay.
Yeah. Let's see here now. I'm just skimming here.
Matt, that's not
Yeah.
always true, but that's almost always true.
Matt, I can tell you once that Alicia was not right.
I can tell you big time Alicia was not right.
And that was when myself, Mary Ruart, and Lee Wrights whipped her ass on a JUDCOM appeal regarding Lee's membership.
It was well, in my JC appeal, she wasn't right either. I
have a write-up about that opinion, which I've never actually talked about.
We could probably do that at some point.
At some point, but not immediately.
Yeah. No,
I didn't bring it with me.
Alicia was not her typical rational self.
Oh, she was way the hell off.
No, she was using it as revenge against me for beating her in 2018. I'm sorry, that's exactly what it was. She was not rational in that decision, and Alicia is normally scarily rational. But, everyone fucks up. But Matt's question is 90% right. 90% of the time, Alicia Matson is right.
This belt pack is digging into my waist. She actually picked up a new one for the convention.
She gets unusually emotional sometimes.
I'm sitting over here taking my clothes off,
in JC decisions. She's not like that in LNC meetings. She never got really overly emotional. She never got emotional at all, overly or not, in LNC decisions. She was very, you lose some, you win some, don't argue, read the room. She was excellent at things like that.
Yeah.
And usually at convention she is too. But on the JC, she can be a little...
Okay, you're reading me April 4th.
Yeah, she was not good on the Lee Wrights thing.
Oh, well, no. But to be fair, between the three of us on the arguing that case, we whipped her ass. And I gotta be fair on that.
The reason why she wasn't good on the Lee Wrights case is because she let her emotions get in the way because she did not like him.
Well, that and there was something else to it. We had a couple of secret weapons we had in play for that hearing.
But she didn't like him. And that is ultimately what it came down to.
But the other thing that also swung the tide was, ironically enough, George Phillies, of all people.
Well, yeah,
he gave us a suggestion which we used in our arguments, which flipped it. So I got to be fair and give him credit for that one.
Oh, yeah, no, sometimes. But when she lets a like or dislike cloud her opinion, that's when she's not right. Yeah. She doesn't particularly like me very much, and that's one reason why her decision and mine was so bad.
She doesn't care for me that much either, but that's just because...
But when it comes to just like with people she don't know, like the Delaware decision, what's going on in Massachusetts, she's spot on. Like, she's spot on.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go. Next question.
I'm asking you, right?
April 4.
Then you get another shot because this is a Saturday. You are cheating.
How am I cheating? You're the one with the questions. I'm just sitting here.
Okay. In a mass meeting.
Okay.
I was going to say yes. The quorum is...
A priest and the altar boys. That's a Catholic joke. What's wrong with that?
You're not a Catholic.
I used to be, but I'm doing much better now.
Okay. In a mass meeting.
Yes.
The quorum is 2/3 of those present.
Yeah.
A majority of those present. 1/3 of those present. Those present.
This is a mass meeting, right?
Yes.
So this is before the organization of a society is completed. So give me the choices again.
2/3 of those present.
2/3, okay.
A majority of those present.
Majority.
1/3 of those present. Or those present.
This is a quorum, right?
Quorum.
I think it's the last one. I think it's D.
Let's see. It is D! I thought it was D too.
The set-off was because it was a mass meeting,
right,
which means the society wasn't formed yet.
It's whoever shows up.
Right. Right. So, because I remember in the past I had some confusion regarding mass meetings versus the rest of them.
Okay, now you have already pulled ahead.
JRT says Seaback.
Look how far.
What?
Look how far you. Did I miss marking one of mine?
No, you just got a couple wrong.
Fuck you.
Maybe off camera, but not real. Not really.
Bitches.
What else do I got here?
You catty bitches.
Okay.
Boom chicka wow wow.
Okay, so this is Sunday. This goes back there.
Good Lord.
Okay. Now we're on Monday the 6th.
Yes. What? I can recommend a chiropractor for that.
A corporate charter
Oh, God.
is not.
Is not.
Yes. A.
Okay.
Drafted by an attorney. B. A legal instrument setting forth the name and object of the society and other information required for incorporation.
We know that's not the right answer.
C. Referred to as the Certificate of Incorporation, Articles of Incorporation, or Articles of Association.
Keep going.
That look.
Keep going. With the eyebrow?
D. You were like,
Like this. No, the eyebrow's got to go up too.
D. Issued by a national or state organization granting the right to form a subordinate unit.
Okay, this is a not question.
It's a not
I know
question.
B is wrong. Is not the right answer. Give me A again. Oh, I think that was wrong too.
Drafted by an attorney.
It better be. So, guess what's the C?
Referred to as the Certificate of Incorporation, Articles of Incorporation, or Articles of Association.
I believe that's a true statement. Also, so I'm gonna go with D.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
D.
Is that why you were rolling your head?
Yes, because you got an easy one. You were pulling way ahead, you mama. You like that? The mama?
If I'm pulling way ahead, does that mean I'm a master debater?
You catty bitches.
Catty bitches.
See, we can take this as irreverent as we want, and we still take it seriously when we have to.
Okay. So,
April 7th, I think. What? Really?
I need a drink.
Oh, God. Ex officios.
Oh, no. Is there a hyphen? No.
Yes, there is in this question.
Is there?
Yes.
Oh, that's because Robert says it wrong, allegedly.
In this question, there is a hyphen.
Look, mama.
You know, that one. Have you heard the bird's the word? Yeah. Anyway. When an ex officio, with a hyphen, member of an executive board is a member of the society. A. He has all the privileges of membership, but none of the obligations. Well, that's an at-large member. B. There is no distinction between him and the other board members. C. He may serve on the board indefinitely. Or D. He is not counted in the quorum.
Say it again.
Okay. When an ex officio, with a hyphen, member of an executive board is a member of the society.
It's D.
A. He has all the privileges of memberships, but none of the obligations. B. There is no distinction between him and the other board members.
No, there is.
C. He may serve on the board indefinitely. Or
It's D.
D. He is not counted in the quorum.
Is it D?
Are you sure?
No. D.
It's B.
Fuck you. Why is it B?
Okay, 483.
See, look, everyone guessed D.
Oh, just Libertarian JRT did.
Right, everyone.
It's 1. 483.
I knew there was a trick to that.
25
one,
to
'cause
30.
we had
Ex
to look this
officio
up.
board. Yeah, I know. Ex officio board members drove us nuts
Yeah,
a
with
while
the
back.
Colorado bylaws. Like,
Yes.
it confused me.
Yes, it drove us crazy. Okay,
They're part of quorum if they're a member.
here's what it says.
But they're not a member of the board. They're a member of the society. That's different.
In the executive board of a society,
Right?
if the ex officio member of the board is under the authority of the society,
Right?
that is, if he is a member, an employee, or an elected or appointed officer of the society,
Right?
there is no distinction between him and the other board members.
What? But he's... Okay.
If the ex officio member is not under the authority of the society, he has all the privileges of board membership including the right to make motions and to vote, but none of the obligations, which is what A was.
Right.
Okay. Just as in a case, for example, where the governor of a state is ex officio a trustee of a private. Oh, that's interesting. Where the governor of a state is ex officio, no hyphen, a trustee of a private academy. The latter case of ex officio with a hyphen board member who has no obligation to participate should not be counted in determining the number required for a quorum or whether a quorum is present at a meeting. So if they're under no obligation to be there, then they don't count towards the quorum.
But just because you're a member of the society doesn't mean you have an obligation to be there.
So if it's A, so if it's A, then B, then D is also true.
Now, are they counted against quorum?
I don't think so. I don't think they count at all.
No, but in the answer to this question, it said that they were counted toward quorum.
In the quorum.
But are they counted against quorum if they don't show up?
I don't think so.
Then how are they counted to quorum?
It says he's not counted in the quorum.
No, the answer said he was.
No, the answer was that there's no distinction between him and the other board members.
Right,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
because he has no distinction, he should be counted as part of the quorum.
Well, and I said D where it says he wasn't, and that's wrong, so that means he was.
Right.
But is he counted against the quorum?
I'm looking here.
Richard, is he counted against the quorum? If he can counted towards quorum, okay.
Oh, too many pages.
But if he doesn't show up, does he count? But he's a member of this society, not a member of the executive board, except ex officio.
Right.
That's I don't get why he's part of quorum then. He's still ex officio.
Yeah, this drove us nuts.
So here's my question.
Ex officio will be counted against quorum if it is a percentage.
But, okay, I think we explicitly said in our bylaws that they don't, no matter what, count towards quorum.
Yeah, I think we did that to try to make it
because
unravel the confusion here.
Yeah, because of that. Because what if you had, for instance, half of the state board was from Douglas County.
Yeah.
All of board members are ex officio members of every single affiliate. That would mean they'd have to go to every single Douglas County meeting or they could never have a meeting. Right,
and that was the arguments we were having about in the bylaws committee when we were talking about this.
Did we say that? I want to know if
it was the board was the state board was ex officio of all the counties, and that was the question of does that wind up there? Hot, sexy girls ready for casual sex. I mean, what the hell is that?
I didn't see that. That was memes I was looking for. Don't look at my porn.
That was a link next to the picture of us.
Don't.
It's like, wait a minute.
Don't look at my porn of you and me. Okay, Colorado.
Bylaws.
Bylaws.
Right.
And let's look up. Where's officio? I want to see what we said. I can't spell.
Right there.
Each director shall be an ex officio member of each party affiliate's board of directors for the purposes of upholding the spirit and letter of the statement of principles of the National Party, enforcing these bylaws and the rules and resolutions adopted by the state or the state board, and providing relief in times of distress.
So there's the watchdogs and the bailouts.
Directors shall not be counted in determining the number required for a quorum at an affiliate's annual or board meetings, but may be counted in determining that a quorum is present. So we worded ours
very
that they
specifically
count towards a quorum, but not against a quorum.
Right.
Okay. So ours are cool.
Yeah. I remember we went round and around on that one to get that straight.
Speaking of hyphens, when are we finishing our style
I've
committee?
got to put another email out on that one because I put one out prior to the thing. I said for availability after Reno, and I haven't heard back from everybody.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You pulled way ahead of me, you fucker.
Sorry, that's what she said. Unhappily, I might add.
But now I'm asking you, right?
Yes.
You better get this wrong. I'd be very upset if you don't. You mother.
Oh, look at me! I did nothing to do with this. I don't even know what the question is.
Mama.
Just remembered, I ordered a chicken and an egg on Amazon the other day, and we'll see what happens.
The previous question.
Yes.
A. Is an order when another has the floor. B. Is not allowed in committees. C. Pertains to the last question previously considered. D. Takes precedence over the motion to lay on the table.
B.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I raised a finger. B, yeah.
It's not allowed in committees.
Yeah.
I've drilled that into you guys.
with a jackhammer.
Every single meeting. I'm going to call the question.
And yet Star Child still tries to do it.
Can't call the question in committees. If y'all didn't know that, you cannot call the question on committees.
No, you cannot.
See, everyone's learning my phrase. Mo.
Sounds like something on a Muppet Show.
God.
Give me a question.
Ooh, fresh.
Give me a question.
I can't believe how far you're pulling ahead of me, you bastard.
See, you know what it is? You passed the test, now you're coasting.
I am. I am like really rusty because all I've been worried about has been winning this fucking election.
Can rust be pink?
It can be.
Oh, yeah.
All I've been worried about.
Okay.
And I had the coof, you know.
I'm not going to ask why or how.
A month and a half ago.
Well, I had that coof.
That coof,
yeah,
yeah.
that's true. You gave it to me through Wayne.
Did you get it too?
Yes.
I didn't know you had it.
Yeah.
Okay.
After Wayne tested positive, he let me know, and I went down. I tested positive. Oh, shit. And then Lydia got it a day later, and I missed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys didn't get it as bad as I did, though. I had it.
Oh,
worse.
I just felt like a train ran over me for a couple of days.
No, I had it bad.
The judicial jackhammer. Good God.
That.
Gene, you totally missed the context on that one.
Okay, tell me the question, Mr. Jackhammer. Hammer me, baby.
That's what she said. The maker.
That's what she said.
The maker of a motion.
I love the way you make that.
JJC, no, please. JJ Seebeck, no, please. For both of our sakes. The maker of a motion. Okay, wait a minute. I gotta read this. Make sure I don't make sure I don't screw this up. Oh, for crying! Oh, you're gonna get this one.
Fuck you.
No, I promise you're gonna get this one.
Fuck you.
The maker of a motion. A, cannot speak against the motion. B, can speak against the motion if it is amended. C, is not limited to the number of times to speak. D, cannot vote against it.
What?
The maker of a motion.
Yes.
A, cannot speak against the motion.
Well, that at first seemed right.
B, can speak against the motion if it is amended. C, is not limited to the number of times to speak.
Well, he is limited. That's A and C both seem right.
D, cannot vote against the motion.
No, he can't. A and C seem right. What was C again?
Is not limited to the number of times to speak.
Everyone is limited in the number of times. C.
Right. This is not a not question.
Wait, stop. Right.
The maker of a motion. That's the question.
Oh.
There's not a not in here.
Oh. So say it again?
The maker of a motion, colon.
Yes.
A, cannot speak against the motion.
That is true.
B, can speak against the motion if it is amended.
Yes, that's true, I think.
C is not limited to the number of times to speak.
Oh, it's A then.
D cannot vote against the
It's
motion.
A.
It is A.
Okay, yeah.
You're overthinking it.
Yeah, it's A. Okay.
You were overthinking it.
Okay, good. Finally. Finally, you mother. Mama. You are more tied to your phone than I am.
It's just sitting there buzzing at me.
You are more. He's like Pavlov's dog. His phone goes and he goes.
Well, at least I having the noise up there, so it's every time something comes up, it goes boing.
Okay, so I think you can't speak against your own motion.
Right.
People try to do that all the time, but you can't do that.
But they're saying, no, wait a minute, though. I agree with that. But B doesn't make any sense to me.
If it's amended to be the opposite, you can.
Right. But they're saying you can't. But they're saying that's not a right answer. So, once it's because if it's amended, okay. If it's amended, but it doesn't make it the opposite.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll buy that. So, told you to get that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tired. I was falling asleep. Whose turn is it?
You're trying to ask me.
Oh, I am? I suppose I am.
As far as Wayne knows.
I'm tired. I can't do this. I can't feel it.
That's what she said.
Okay, did I grab two?
I don't know.
That's what she said.
That's what she asked.
Is that two or just one? Okay.
Or are you just happy to see me?
Alrighty. It's the 10th. If the bylaws give no directive
Okay.
on the subject of the method of voting in elections,
Okay.
B. A. Election must be by voice. B. Assembly may decide. C. Election must be by ballot. D. The chair may make the decision.
Okay, the bylaws are silent about it, right?
They give no directive.
They're silent, yeah. Then the question is, how do you determine a vote? And A was
Must be by voice.
must be by voice. B,
Assembly may decide.
C.
Election must be by ballot.
Must be a very boring election. And then D.
I'm falling asleep. The chair may decide.
B was the assembly decides.
Yes,
I'm gonna go with that one. I think it's probably the best answer of all of them.
it is.
Okay. And to be fair, I wasn't sure on that one.
You suck. That's all I can say. You mama.
I suck, huh? Is it good for you?
Mama.
Apparently not. She's losing.
Oh, I'm tired. Why
You
am
want
I
to put the
so-
brakes on right now because we got
No.
to change out for the
Yeah, well, hold on.
pink
I
flame.
want one more chance, and then
Okay.
we will. Yeah, because we're going to be coming right back, right?
Yeah, we had just do a quick set change. And
Yeah. Hold. I can't get it.
she can't get a grip.
I need a nap.
We're violating the nap, aren't we?
I am
Actually, we are violating the nap. That's why you're falling asleep.
tired. Oh.
Oh, okay. Executive committee.
Yeah, like I'm going to know about that.
I think you will. Usually, the composition of the executive committee.
Is it like we talked about earlier, the officers and some other people?
A is never placed in the bylaws. Yes, JRT, we are. B is specified is a specified. I can talk too. Number of board members that would never include the president.
That's wrong.
Yeah, that one's up wrong just by looking at it.
Yeah.
C is specified in the bylaws, so that contradicts A. Or D is seldom necessary for an organization.
Well, it's not D.
So it's either A or C, one or the other.
But neither of... Composition?
of the executive committee.
And what are the two?
A, never placed in the bylaws. C, is in the bylaws.
Oh, God, I think this is worded badly. Because our composition isn't in our bylaws, which is why I'm going to go with A, because that's how the LP is. If they're talking about composition, if they're saying the authority to create it, that's different than composition. Our bylaws give us the authority to create an executive committee, does not say the composition. So I'm going with A.
It's actually C.
We're doing it wrong, or that's a shitty question.
Yeah, let's see what this says. 485.
And let me look at the LP bylaws to make sure I'm remembering.
Go
them
right
correctly.
ahead.
You understand what I'm saying about the difference between
no.
authority and composition?
I agree completely. I understand exactly what you're saying.
But
it makes perfect sense to me.
Maybe our bylaws are just wrong. It wouldn't be the first time.
No kidding. Let's see.
Executive. Let's see here.
Executive committee.
Oh, ours don't actually say that. Ours don't even mention the executive committee, and we have one. So it's even wronger.
So that's a policy manual then, wouldn't it?
It's the policy manual. What we have is that the LNC can delegate its authority. That's how we get there. It says that we can delegate our authority. So neither the composition or explicitly mentioning the executive committees in our bylaws. So we whatchamacallit, we don't follow what that thing's saying.
It's probably in Article 7.
The National Committee may delegate its authority in any matter.
Yeah.
That's how we
The LNC shall establish and can oversee an organizational structure to implement the purposes of the party as stated in Article 2. Mm-hmm. And it may delegate its authority in any manner deemed necessary. Yeah.
And that's how we get to an executive committee.
It's implicit but not explicit.
But it doesn't say the composition.
No, it does not.
And that says you have to say the composition.
Okay, here's what it says under here. This is under executive committee under boards and committees in section 49, page 485. I'm going to read the whole section because it's pretty long. In a society where the board is large or its members must travel from a distance to meet, it is usual for the bylaws to establish an executive committee composed of a specified number of board members which shall have all or much of the power of the board between meetings, just as the board has all or much of the power of the society between the society's meetings.
Our bylaws do not say that.
The executive committee, thus, is in reality a board within a board,
right,
as you mentioned.
As I said before.
Right, and operates under the rules in this book applicable to boards rather than applicable to committees.
Correct.
Usually the membership of the executive committee is specified in the bylaws rather than being left to the choice of the full board. It is advisable that the executive committee should be small, and unless it's authorized to conduct electronic meetings, that its members live near enough to each other to be able to hold frequent regular meetings and also special meetings when necessary.
No, because I'm disagreeing with Richard. It says is specified in the bylaws. Ours is, it's usually. That's where it came.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed the usually.
Right.
I thought it was saying it had to be specified in the bylaws, and I knew damn well ours wasn't. Okay, the usually.
Come to think of it, Colorado doesn't have one either.
We don't have an executive committee.
California does.
Colorado
At least they did.
Colorado, the board's only 11 people, so you don't need an executive
California,
committee.
they did because I was on it. But
yeah, no, most state parties don't.
California's big enough where they didn't need one.
Well, Texas does, California does, New York does, Florida does, but Colorado doesn't need to.
Yeah.
We would if we made all of the county chairs members of the board, then you would have a smaller executive committee. But I sucked today.
Something for consideration for the future.
So where are we at? Because we're stopping now because we got
to change sets, do a pink flame real fast on the LNCs at 3.
It's going to be a quick pink flame.
Yes, it is. Stay tuned. You're gonna like it. I promise you're gonna like it.
And then I got to read JJ's opinion in Massachusetts. We've got some gambling to do.
So this goes up from 18. This was 12 to 30.
You fucker! You mama. And what do I got? I got 24.
You got
27.
7. So, you got 8. So you're 27 now.
Yeah, 27. You're up by 3. You're a terrible person. You're supposed to let me win. I'm a girl. Didn't you know that? What kind of gentleman are you? Okay, I want to make sure.
That, my dear, is reserved for Lydia to know.
She doesn't want you to be a gentleman.
Well, it depends what kind of mood she's in.
That's what she said.
Okay, so hold on. I want to tell you guys something. Wait, I want to see if I got any other emails that are important. What a liar. Okay, I'm not going to read this out loud.
Not on the air. Gene, intro music for Cult of RONR. Who's your daddy?
Yeah.
God. As bad as Sammy Davis. Here comes the judge. I don't know to what you're referring, but that's okay.
1 second.
No worries.
Why does my phone keep changing election to ejection?
At least it's not changing to something else.
I know. That'd be funnier, though.
There's 2 options there, both of which would be funnier.
Hold on, I just got to respond to this. And CC Angela, 1 sec.
No worries.
And I need to figure out how to fix the autocorrect on my phone because it all caps should every time because I must have done that one time.
Yeah, the autocorrect can be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't care.
Even on Android, it sucks. It keeps wanting to capitalize words that I'm not using. If instead of typing in the word here, H-E-R-E, it keeps wanting to autocorrect me to Herr, capital H-E-R-R, German. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why? I don't need that.
Okay. That's because you were hanging out with the Mises Caucus too much.
No, I think it picked up on that when I was over in Germany a couple years ago.
All right, so was that it? Did I say I had something else?
Yeah.
Oh, I did say I had something else. Well, I can't do that here. I was going to let you guys know how many people were registered for that Zoom meeting, but I don't have the password here. But it was a lot. So let me, we're going to go back here. We're going to close out. Mm-hmm. Take that down.
Reset the set. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we don't really need to put anything else back up. I just don't want that whiteboard there. And
someone is over to see how much you're losing. Good thing you're not wearing makeup.
And yeah. So we'll do that. And I need to use the bathroom. So
actually, I got to use that myself.
All right. So
not at the same time.
I'm not even going to touch that.
That's what she said.
All right. Bye-bye.
Viva! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed? You say nay. Opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.